Hey guys, we're just making our way back to the Auckland High Court after a break for lunch, and resuming the stream. Please share the stream as far and wide. You'll have to share the stream.
Yeah.
And you have to get Rachel to get the parking sorted out.
Alright. They can start their coffee. They lost their chance at coffee.
Howdy ho, stranger.
Nice to see you both.
Good to see you again.
How you
Likewise.
doing?
How you doing health-wise? You all good?
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah.
It's taken a while.
What's the odds?
Are you live?
It is live, yeah.
Very nice.
It's live, but it hasn't been shared yet.
Yeah, they're actually ahead of us. They're fucking sharing the footage anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yay.
Recess for lunch. Sue's still got to make the rest of her arguments. And then MedSafe will write a reply.
Awesome.
The Crown have tried to argue it will create apartheid.
Oh.
Blood.
Oh, and Jacinda Ardern didn't already do that through her messaging.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he was late last year.
Interesting. All right, we better go into the thick of it. See if we can get some updates.
Yep. Yep.
I think Sue and Kirsten were
Having a bit of a
up front
presser.
there.
Or do you want to do this and I'll go get the parking sorted?
Okay. Buon momento, guys. Then I'll just go run up in there and see what we missed.
I just hope I know you're overdue for your booster, mate.
Yeah.
You're playing up. Yeah, but we're inoculation. Your birthday was later.
Hiya.
Inside scoop of the
Thank you. Let me know what's going on.
I tried to go very, very borderline, but Sue shut me down completely, saying, "What's your feel of the judge?" And she said, "I can't say anything." So of course,
Why in the world can't she say anything?
the feel of how it runs. Yeah.
Sounds like a load of BS to me, bro.
Yeah, but it will be a 4 or 5 o'clock finish.
Before 5 o'clock?
4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. It'll be an afternoon thing. Full afternoon.
Alright, guys. Well, you heard it here. We'll be here
As long as
all
it
day.
takes.
Yep.
Alright, that's that.
Alright, well, thank you for that kind of update. Are you sure you don't have any more information on who the hell is... Oh. Oh, thank you for
I
that.
think people should start complaining to the Broadcasting Standards Authority.
I hear you on that.
Have you heard of that group?
I haven't heard anything.
It's a group that's pretty much supposed to say they're independent, but they're not. They're in line with the mainstream systems.
There's a few people, there's a few groups like that, isn't there?
They say that they're independent, but they're not.
Independents, they've been paid off.
Broadcasting Standards Authority are paid off too. They all say they're
Well,
independent.
the guy who told me about it said he was independent.
Exactly, but that's coming from the mainstream jerk.
Alright, well.
So, what do you expect? He's got to say that.
So the case dismissed.
No, we were going to go to
But, on the other hand, I suppose you guys have also heard the Liz gun dribble just now.
No, we just came back
missed
on
it.
scene.
Liz gun just said that the whole idea of in the past you say yes, but you also can say another day can say no. A new day is a new day. You can't always base anything on the past. So the whole idea by the stuff transcript that it's been published now, that is true. That yes, he has had a very minute top up of blood. Could be or could not be, no one knows of that top up what it is. So
When did that happen?
Yeah.
Liz Gunn spoke about it with Cole in one of her videos
Oh,
couple of days ago.
This was beforehand. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought this just recently
no,
happened.
it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah.
So you heard about that one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
guys.
that's-
So
yeah,
if you
that's what
hadn't
Liz
heard
Gunn
that,
did.
this was on one of Liz Gunn's interviews with the parents. They did say that at some point they did have like a top up of blood before. Not the same scenario right now. For major surgery, the kid's gonna need to have like a decent amount of fresh, non-vaccinated blood.
And that's the strong position that they're in now.
Alrighty, well, thank you for that, bro. Let's see what else we can get. As far as
Maybe under the shade somewhere.
yeah.
Because I need to get something to drink.
Alrighty, well, we'll leave you at it. Yeah.
Because he's got keys and he's got my bag in his car.
How'd your phone go?
I managed to get the little speech there.
Oh,
I
yeah.
use a hair tie.
It's out of red.
So how you feeling today coming here? We didn't see you last time.
Hey? Where did you see me last time?
We didn't see you here.
Yes.
here.
Last week, okay.
No.
So how you feeling about this whole court case and everything?
Yeah, it's a big one, for sure. As to everyone, eh?
Yeah, I feel you. I absolutely feel you. Oh, no, I recognize
I think there's another little baby as well that's going through similar things at the
Is
moment.
it Rosalie, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been hearing about that too. Not sure where that court case is going to be, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my mum might know because she's the mother support person through everything at the moment.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll have to get in touch with Oshina.
Yeah.
Thank
She'll
you.
have the intel.
Alrighty. Yeah, I don't know. We're being followed by some weird person, guys. Just give us a second. Oh, great. All right. There's danger at every turn. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't notice that you guys are asking for me to say hi to Rebecca. When I see her again, I'll definitely let her know.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was meaning to do that earlier. Sorry, DK.
It's DK and Debbie would like hello to Rebecca from them. Very curious, huh? Okay. Just hanging back, guys. Apparently there's a person in the crowd somewhere that's being very very dodgy, if you will. Who knows what they're doing, but someone said that their face is twitching or whatever. Could be one of our dear fans from The Brutal Truth, you never know. I'm sure one of them wants to say hi to us. But they're too chicken to come up and actually say something, huh? DK, you old shit stirrer, you. Excuse my language, guys. DK's a shit stirrer. That's okay.
Hey Sue, how you going?
I'm going, and I'm fully charged. Well, not fully, but I'm mostly charged.
What's going on over there? I haven't heard yet. You know what's going on?
To be honest, like the intel we got was kind of weak, so I'm not 100% sure.
Just wait a bit and wait for the true story to come out there.
100%.
Or the full story. Yeah.
Apparently, Sue Gray doesn't want to talk about the judge. That's what I got from that, but that's all I heard.
We got half a dozen big guys here.
She might not have anything good to say about him, so.
Yeah, it's better not to.
And if he watches the video, she's a bit of a rat bag saying that about me. I don't know, maybe that's what it is. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens here then. Is it going to be, hopefully it's today.
Yeah, well, all I did hear, though, for sure, is that they're planning on ending this about 4 or 5 p.m., so it's going to be an all-afternoon scenario.
Shit.
I know.
Long day. It's a long ride home.
Feels like Wellington all over again, buddy.
Yeah.
But we got this. We got this.
We got this, mate.
Oh, yeah.
We stay positive and keep that frequency high. And
hell yeah, bro. Raising the frequencies. You gotta raise it. How you feeling, Pete?
Oh, just a little bit relaxing at the moment.
Yeah.
Waiting to see how the game is going to get played.
Oh, yeah.
It's at the end of the day, the baby Will's only 4 months old, so he comes underneath all of the drama of the so-called COVID-19 bullshit.
I feel for that kid.
Yeah,
He'll never know what life was like pre-COVID.
And I think if the court takes any action of as far as custody goes, I think all hell's going to break loose.
100%. 100%. Yeah. I guess we're gonna have to see what happens, huh, bro?
Yep. Interesting times.
That's okay. Just gonna pump squat right here, relax for a bit. Didn't really have much of a break, guys. Sorry. Yeah, look at all this weird, like structure. Yeah, I swear, every time we go to a court, there's some strange effery that they've made in the form of art. What the hell is that? Aha.
I see all of the things on the critters on the building over there with downpipes coming out their mouths.
I know, this is so weird. Suddenly there's a sense of danger in the air. But I kind of like that sense of danger. Let's see. Well, because I was a brave soul, I'm going to go back into that crowd and see who I can talk to. Wish me luck, Petrie. Alright guys, because I'm that type of person, if I come across the fella that Kiwi pointed out, I'll make sure to throw a camera directly on him for you guys so you can have a good look too. How about that? Looking around.
Would you like to regain that power or let people decide? And when you talk like that, you get a freedom of thought.
Was is that? How many of you guys are actually in chat? Give me like an eye or something, because right now our feed is saying that there are 0 people in chat. I just need to confirm that I'm not talking to myself. If you don't mind, let us know if you're in the chat, please. Hey, yeah. I didn't see anything.
There's a guy interested to talk to you might like to about the Tedros coming in the country.
Oh.
Heard about that?
Really, Tedros?
He did a secret quick trip into the country to talk about this thing. So supposedly, that guy looks a bit like a little Father Christmas, actually.
The one with the purple hat.
He's talking to Mana at the moment about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he seems to have some knowledge. I don't know.
I'll see if I go like poke my head in and get some info.
Like my side, because I've got who owns your kids.
I like that. Good on you.
I've been involved in these guys.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kiwi.
Yeah. Kiwi's over there. Nice to meet you. Looking around. Ooh, they got some strange folk and like peppered into the crowd, man. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, well, the fella with the hat's not talking anymore. It's just Mono News. I'll let Mono News do that one. If anybody hears any more... look at that. Thank you guys for answering me. Because Twitch is lying its ass off to me. Okay. So yeah, if anybody hears any more news about supposedly Tedros from the WHO coming in here, let us know. If you hear anything, let us know. Okay, you know what's weird, guys? Like, that fella that Kiwi pointed out, I don't see him anymore, which is just odd. Hello.
Hello. So, the gentleman's just provided a little bit of information. We haven't had a chance to verify, but if you super sleuths out there in the chat can have a bit of a dig. Apparently, rumour has it that Tedros entered the country last week and had a secret squirrel meeting with Jacinda Ardern, and no doubt this topic was raised.
Yeah, the fella in the pink hat supposedly has more information, but he was talking to Mono News, so...
Anyway, so it's unconfirmed, but if you guys out there...
this way now.
If you guys out there in the chat can maybe have a bit of a dig around on the internet and see if there's any news articles where Tedros flew in last week, that would be interesting and helpful to try and verify it.
Let's see what the fella says if we can get in touch with him. Hey, are you the one that has the info on Tedros being in the country? Would you like to share a little bit of it with the audience?
Yep.
What you got?
I caught a bus on Saturday and I was coming into Auckland for this thing, and I absolutely bumped into another guy who's coming up from Wellington, and he said that down there Tedros had come into the country last week. All right. And the only reason he could possibly come into the country was because they couldn't trust talking on the phone, they couldn't trust emails.
Wow, okay.
All right? So therefore it had to be done in secrecy. So I'm suggesting that he's come across to order Ardern, to order the court and the rest of it to basically do, what are they doing now? They're going to force vaccinate him with blood, force him with the vaccinated blood.
So you think that he's come to lean the courts in the Pfizer direction, if you will?
Basically, yeah.
Well,
because they couldn't talk about it on the phone. Obviously, they couldn't do it by internet, by email, because it'd be evidence against them.
Yeah.
Right. So they had to fly all the way into New Zealand to have a talk.
Oh.
You understand that?
Yeah, I do. All right, well, thank you for that.
Now, the other thing is that this guy Ben was also saying that down in Wellington, Labor and National have jointly agreed to run a lockdown in New Zealand directly after Christmas. The only reason that's because of the 11,000 plus cases, as Michael Baker proclaims. Whereas if you run the 99% false positives for a rat test, 97% false positives for a PCR test, you've got 300 cases instead of 11,000, or 100 cases instead of 11,000.
Okay.
And I think that we're going to have to organise nationwide to actually inform New Zealanders not to take a PCR test and not to get a rat test, and then they're going to stop it midstream. And if we don't do it, we're going to be in serious trouble because they're going to crush the economy.
Well, thank you for getting us updated, if you will. I appreciate it, fella.
Alan, thank you.
Yep, that was totally a mask.
All right, who bought the tents? I can see some grass.
Let's not start that. I do not feel like setting up a tent now, bro.
Come on, we can get about 7 tents on there. A gazebo.
All right, so apparently somebody said that
I was joking, I wasn't inciting another tent city.
Yeah, he totally wasn't. So apparently whatever he had just said got cut off of the live feed. But then a lot of people just noticed that he had a mask like around his neck.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust it. Like I said, it's unverified information. If someone can have a bit of a dig and produce some actual evidence that took place, then we might broadcast that far and wide as being factual. But at this stage, it's just something that some dude passed on to us that we should look into.
100%, thank you. So yeah, unverified information. He heard it from a guy who was apparently too paranoid to talk about it on the phone. That Tedros was here.
I'm not giving it much credit, and even if that is what happened, there's not much we can do about that anyway. So
yeah, that's a really good point.
Like Tedros doesn't have a direct line to Jacinda. They went to the same socialist youth group schools and young leaders together. So it's not like he doesn't have a phone number and he couldn't just call them to that.
Well, if the people in chat, and I know they probably were, the ones that heard the whole thing were paying close enough attention, he did say he suspects that's what was going on. There's no actual truth to any of it except for maybe Tedros was in the country, but we'll see. As for the update on the strange person that was supposedly following me, I don't see him anymore, so don't know where they. Yeah, it's strange. He just went poof, as if some form of black heck magic. So I need to do a quick vape battery check. Just give me a second, guys. I'll give you the kiwi.
Everybody else?
It's interesting, 0 viewers.
Yeah, but there's people in there. It's freaking weird. It's YouTube all over again.
Nah, it's probably because you walked out of range before when you walked off without the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it just never fixed itself.
No, it gets a bit funky.
Alright, back in action. 20 viewers. Thank you, DK, for letting us know. Yeah, at the moment, everyone is just kind of milling about, waiting on the next update from the court case. So we'll see if anybody else wants to have a chat. But at this point, we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. Yeah! Let's take a look at the signs.
Listen, guys, we just heard that you can you on a thing. Go into the courtroom.
I don't believe it. But I can try.
Yeah, just try. better for you guys to go in.
Are they in there? Are they in there now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in there. Sue and Liz are in there now.
Oh wow.
Just try.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Yeah. I don't particularly believe this.
I don't think we will look.
I feel like if I go in there and ask, they're going to tell me no. Huh? I don't know. Really hard to verify that information. He did say he suspected some stuff, so. Alright, shit, I'm gonna go see if I can't get in there. I don't know if they're gonna let me film, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
And the old sort of the way we can live. Like, I'm like down relatively living it. Yet we have everyone just don't want to get
Alright. Lots of tooting from a bus driver, that's awesome. It's pretty interesting architecture on this building over here. I don't know the history of the building. I can tell you that that design goes all the way back to the Middle East. And you get these interesting gargoyles and weird creepy faces. And this is right next to our High Court. This is the sort of thing these guys think is appropriate to put on buildings. Get some dragons, you get some gargoyles. You got what looks like some really weird looking dude up there. A little bit of a reptilian. And they call David Icke a conspiracy theorist. What do you expect when you put it all over your architecture? Some weird lion with a pipe coming out its mouth. Absolutely ridiculous. They expect us to believe them when, when they say they're not up to anything nefarious. Yeah, right. Yeah, there is a little bit of Tartarian style up there, DK, in the centre there. All right, check this out. Totally normal to have stuff like this on your buildings, guys. Got some dude with his fingers in his mouth with a pipe coming out. You got an animal on there that has the head of a dog and the head of a lion-ish with the claws of a chicken or an eagle. Totally normal stuff. Oh, this is, yeah. I mean, this isn't really much to do with Christians, to be honest. If anything, there would probably be maybe a little bit of Catholic, Roman Catholic influence, but really hard to say without knowing the history of the building. Yeah, DK, they say that gargoyles are to scare away evil spirits, but to be honest, the gargoyle is a representation of the abominations that were created pre-flood. That when killed, actually created a lot of the evil spirits. So it's a bit of a lie, if you ask me. WCB 99. Yeah, Freemasons are incredibly good builders. That's one of the things Freemasons are known to be experts at. DK, know my opinion on the abominations. Because they were not created, they were not an animal that God had created himself. They were a hybrid mixture creature. They don't have a place in God's kingdom. So their spirits don't leave this place. They wait till Judgment Day and get torched. But in the meantime, if you look at the story of Osiris and his missing penis, they absolutely are trying to recreate bodies for these abominations so that their spirits can re-inhabit them. That is an absolute theme right throughout history. All right, so what's the update?
The update is we've been lied to. I can't even go in there without cameras, much less with cameras. They asked me, "Oh, what's your full name?" I'm like, pseudonym. And they said, "Sorry, you're not on the list." Apparently, though, and this should be interesting to you guys, one of the ladies that was in the waiting room just left the room to cough because she didn't want to disrupt court. And when I tried to go in there, they told me, "Yeah, you're not on the list. You can't come in." And she looks at me like, "Wait a minute, what?" She just walked up to the court security guy that's manning the door and said, "Well, I'm not on the list and you let me in." And the other court security that she didn't see behind her was going. So apparently there's a little bit of effery going on. Somebody wasn't doing their job properly. Some people got let in that shouldn't have, but now they're really manning that door. And if your name is not on the list, baby, you're not going in.
All right, so just like we've seen with Brad Flutie's case, more discretional discrimination by the servants of the court, picking and choosing who they want to allow into the court. We've seen this before, and it's unbelievable that they're trying to spin this as the parents creating apartheid when Jacinda Ardern has clearly already created the apartheid in this country between vaccinated and unvaccinated, and obviously the paid thugs and clowns in the building over there just do whatever they're told.
100%. 100%. And I mean, how can two parents actually create an apartheid system for an entire country? Just saying. I mean, this is a 4-month-old baby that's life is on the line. Not everybody, I mean, let me not get started, okay? There's an international donor bank of unvaccinated blood that's willing to give the blood to these people to get that surgery done. But because of Pfizer and the doctors, they're not letting this go on strictly on principle. You gotta wonder, man, what's in those Pfizer contracts that they don't want us to know? Just how much money are our leaders getting paid? There's a step there? Okay, just making sure. All right, there's a step there, guys, just so you know. So, yeah, a little bit frustrating, but at least you can go in there and use a bathroom if you need. That's a good thing. But, yeah, the court security guys are they're a little miffed, and they're not allowing anybody without being on there. So, yeah. Whoops-a-daisy.
All right, more discrimination, unwarranted discrimination. That's fantastic.
Is it because I was black? I'm not.
No.
All right. All right, as you can see over there, we got some members of VFF that are doing their thing with the placards. They're trying to awaken. They're trying to let people know what's going on that are passing by the court. You're hearing a lot of honks, aren't you?
Yeah, there's plenty of honking, and it's great to have some of the VFF supporters here. I don't personally have any contacts with any of the local area organisers or anything like that, but if any of them happen to hear this message, I would love to see more of them at events like this. They've got a brilliant infrastructure, a brilliant network, and a bunch of caring people that they email and keep in contact with and help educate through their online programs. And if they could have a little bit more of a encouragement to get to things like this for their members, I think that would be fantastic.
100%. So thank you, VFF, for showing up. Yeah, I don't see anybody that really looks like they want to have a yarn with us. So I guess we'll just roam around and see what happens, eh? Alrighty. I'll just give this to you so I don't trip over myself. Say hi to the pretty banana.
And there's no sign of knitting white supremacists here. Everyone is peaceful, everyone is sensible, and everyone is here to support Sam and Cole and Will in this incredibly important case.
There's a possibility that we may have some flax weavers in the crowd, but we haven't been notified that these are terrorist descent yet. That was my attempted humor.
DK, no, I don't think that is how it works. DK says it's not who's allowed in, it's who's not allowed in, much shorter list. That's a bit of a contradiction.
I don't know.
In previous cases, when we've been at the Whangarei District Court for Brad Flu's cases, the security guys all get on the cameras and sit there and panic for ages, and they work out who's who and then decide who's not going to come in. That's generally how it works.
And if you look like a freedom fighter, there's a pretty good chance that they're going to tell you no if it's a controversial court case like this. I don't know what they're afraid of, but whatever. I see a lot of familiar faces from Wellington here, man. Maybe that's what got him up in a tizzy, like, we're all on a database somewhere. Excuse me. My car just shit itself. Okay.
You want to go get another one?
Nope. I just need to slow down.
All right, hold that for a little bit.
You just do your thing. White Supreme pizzas. Look at this big expensive camera. Noise. Sorry. I was just admiring the camera, bro. Let's see if we can't get a good shot of the VFF things. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, man. Those oh so familiar placards.
Yeah, well, I'm going to pop on.
Hi, Sky.
How you doing?
You're gonna look over and I'm like, oh no, shower must be no. I came down the road and I'm like,
You reading this one? NZ Blood Bank, please. Okay, the unjabbed donor blood. Woo! Look at all those placards. Wow. Dang. Trying to get everybody's signs in the shot.
go Countess Finn, we love you!
Yay! Woohoo! Kiwi and Sue are pretty cool too, man. Alrighty. Good job, ladies. Waking up the public. Good job. Freedom dog.
Yeah, I've seen you when I just come from school. I'm with Clemson.
Hi. Beautiful. Well, not beautiful, very sad, but yes. Julie, 55 nurse, thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Oh, another one. Man, I love how they set this up. This feels like Wellington, guys. There's just no sense of lurking danger. Ethan, Rebecca, Janelle, Cody, Michelle, Nicholas, Mindy Lee. These numbers got bigger since Wellington. Roseanne, Ben, Angie, Glandry?
That is
Glandry? I've never heard. What a unique name. Nikki, Vicky, Janet, Rona, that is Rona again, Jamie and Daryl, Melissa, Paris, Brigitte, Daryl. Wow. Well said, note. Well, there you go. That is a long list of the vaccine injured, and there are countless more, I'm sure, that we never hear about because the media tries to cover it up, and so do the doctors.
Yeah, and this argument that we're sort of hearing coming out about it setting a precedent to create apartheid is just the most disgusting load of crap I've ever heard. Let's not forget, this is about a parent's rights to put the best treatment in for their baby's surgery. This isn't about creating apartheid. That's already been created by Jacinda Ardern and her government, and the WEF and the WHO and Fauci and all the clowns behind this whole charade. We all know this. It's only a matter of time before the mainstream media narrative crumbles on this. It's already shaky. We just got to keep pushing at it.
100% Kiwi. And you know, them talking about apartheid, what is the one thing the mainstream media and the government tend to do when they lie and they project? Remember that projection is one of their main tools. They tell you you're doing the same thing that they themselves are doing.
Yeah, so if this is deflection because they can't win the argument that the vaccinated blood is safe, then this should be an open and shut case.
100%.
Absolutely.
There's no actual logic behind this, guys. There's no actual logic behind keeping this child from getting the surgery he needs.
Unless the government have lied to us. And we know that because it's not safe and it's not effective.
Yep.
It's never been safe, it's never been effective, and it's never been tested properly.
Exactly. It really has a Wellington feel to it, like just short of the tents.
Yeah, after we sort of settled down a little bit, hey?
Yeah.
It kind of feels like the amount I
I see the numbers have dwindled a bit since before lunchtime.
Get some lunch.
Yeah, we're hoping it picks back up again. I know you guys that are watching wish you could be here. I wish you could be here too. But hey, all of you guys in the South Island, the ones that really can't show up here, you have your own case coming soon. Be there for Counterspin's next trial.
Okay, so when's that? Is that tomorrow?
I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, that's why Kelvin and Hannah are not here. That's why they need to prepare for their own trial. They're very confident that things are going to work out in their favor, and I'm confident for them. You don't mess with Counterspin Media.
Facts and evidence, baby.
Facts and evidence matter.
And that's the brutal truth.
That is the brutal truth right there. Yeah, DK, I think I heard tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. We'll get back to you for sure with the date, but I'm half sure that it's tomorrow, or at least the next day.
If I can confirm that.
Yeah. Do. Yeah, it would be wise to sort of ride, because I mean you're way closer. We'd love to be there for Counterspin's for their trial, but it's all the way in Christchurch, and as much as I want to see Christchurch, we just cannot afford it at the moment. We will eventually. We just right now we're strictly North Island, unfortunately.
He's saying I'm used to the brief from Chiefs for that inside.
Okay, I just heard confirmation. The case on counterspin is tomorrow. So if you guys are in the area and you can make it, please, please, please go and support counterspin. You guys know that there's always some counter protesters there. We want to show them that we are the majority, not them. And you guys sing way better than they do. Maybe you should come up with like a really cool song or something to sing back at them, eh? I keep gravitating towards this strange monument. And there's 12 stones plus a top stone. Yeah, DK. Not like your earlier attempt at that. No. Do. How's it, bro?
I'm going to take a roll.
I remember you. Oh, sorry. How's it going?
Good.
Yeah. You just came to see what's happening? All right. Well, thank you for showing up. Later, bro. I'm still feeling a bit salty that I was lied to and told I could go in there. You can go in with cameras. I call bullshit next time somebody comes up and tells me that. Boy, the mainstream media likes their little corner over there. Hi! Nice to see you guys. I have to say, man, there's been a lot of people that have passed by that have honked, which is, I mean, it's good to know, man. This country is waking up. It's at a snail rate, but hopefully with this Baby Will case and the turnout, whether it be good or bad, maybe we'll actually see more New Zealanders wake up after seeing the truth here. Because obviously, Mrs. Ardern doesn't really care about the children if she's willing to let the Pfizer documents control the life of a child. And people are trying to say the other thing. They're trying to say, oh, blame the parents because the parents could have had this surgery done like yesterday if they really wanted to. All they have to do is let the jabbed blood go into their son who has a heart problem.
Yeah, I think you have to be a fairly low moralist type of person to blame the parents in this situation.
Oh, 100%.
When they're clearly doing everything they can to get the best treatment possible for their baby. They're going through hell. People in the mainstream media slandering them. Idiots on the other side of the aisle slandering them, and it's just ridiculous. You know, all they're trying to do is get the best treatment for their baby.
Like anybody here.
I completely agree with them. I think there's absolutely nothing that I'm aware of that proves that the mRNA vaccine doesn't, even though it's not a vaccine, there's nothing to prove. I've not seen any scientific evidence to show that the blood service actually filter out the proprietary nanoparticles and lipids, because if they don't know what they are because they're proprietary, how do they know they're filtering them out?
Boom. Kiwi with that scientific knowledge. Thank you, honey. This is why you must always listen to Kiwi. Oh, Karina got the right idea. She brought her chair.
Yeah, I would love for someone to donate me a chair.
I see a place over there we might be able to lean against.
That'll do.
Yeah. Shall we go say hi to Karina real quick? Let's go say hi to Karina real quick. I know you're taking a break, but it's a pleasure to see you again.
How's it going?
It's going, man. I'm glad you could make it today. I know you've been busy. You hadn't been able to show up for the last one.
I was working. Picked me up a little side job.
Good on you. I need to do the same, actually. Yeah, we all do. People think that we make like millions doing this and more. You're wrong, people.
We lose money doing this, to be honest. My savings.
Oh yeah, same. The digging in Marsden by itself just drained us of all our funds. But luckily enough, we have exactly. So is there anything that, I know you said a lot on the mic, but is there anything else that you wanted to add that, you know, having to do with this case? If this was your kid, you'd be fighting right now. I know you would.
The thought of it sickens me. Like, it actually makes, like, I've lost sleep, like, just thinking about this. It makes me feel nauseous to think that we have a health system that's willing to do such a thing, that we have a government that's willing to allow this to get to this point. You know, it's disgusting. There's not enough words to describe how wrong this situation is. And as a parent, and as a parent to one child, and the only person raising her, like, I would, to be honest, I'd flee probably. I'd probably like flee the country. Like, actually, I'd just be like,
you're still away on a ship.
Go back to Colombia. Just like, nah, I would for sure fight, but, you know, there's always that thought in the back of your head, and I think, yeah, my heart really is hurting for this family.
Me too. Well, thank you, Karina. I'll let you stay with your break. And hey, I'll tell you this much. We got to thank you because yours of the Auckland vigil was almost the only footage we got of all the Baby Will vigils, so thank you for that.
Good. I'm glad.
Oh, yeah. Keep up the good work, sis.
And you.
All right. Just give me a minute. I'm still walking around. All right. Back to mainstream media. Look at them all in their little masks. Oh, Jesus. God, can you imagine still believing the mask mandate thing right now? Farmer Pete actually had an interesting story to tell us that in the area he's in, he went to... Hi, hello, Alpha Angels. I know who you are, but I'm just going to call you Alpha Angels. But Farmer Pete had an interesting story that he had went to the doctor to pick up a prescription, and the doctor was wearing a mask. The nurses, everything, they were all wearing masks. They asked Pete why he wasn't wearing a mask, and he pretty much told them, I don't wear a freaking face nappy. So they made him wait outside to get dealt with. Then he let him have it when the doctor came up and started talking to him. We all need to be more brave here. Well, personally, I have walked into the same pharmacist to get a prescription filled, and yeah, I don't even have to show my little yellow card anymore. It's just like, nope, yep, not doing that anymore. We're not doing the face mask thing. It's just bullshit. Excuse my language. Don't know if children are watching, but yeah, it's bullshit. Well, look at him over there. Look at him. Let's get a little bit of a zoom in on these guys. Look at them in their little boys club. Oh, look at that one. He's got his mask in his hand, bro. Somebody call the police. Pathetic, bro. One look him's got the little duck mask on. The others all flashing with their little blue masks. Then we got the fellow back there who just totally ignored the fact that his government told him that he's not really, the cloth masks don't protect anything. He'd rather wear his cute little cloth mask he bought for $9.99 at wherever. Funny. You know, I'd like to give the mainstream media a little bit of hell. I know if I was the mainstream media, bro, I would not be looking like those ass hats over there. gotta have some rapport with your people, man. Nobody's gonna care. Look at that, they're not even talking to anybody, guys. So far, all I've seen today is people walk up to them, and yeah, they walk up to them. They try to hold a conversation with them, and yeah, they're having none of it. We're here to do a job. You said government Nazi types. I'm pretty sure one of them just did the Nazi salute. I can't be 100% positive, but that's what I thought I just saw. Oh my God!
I have to follow you. I've got the Wi-Fi.
Sorry.
You keep wandering out of range.
Well, if you want to give it to me, I'll put it in. Is it in the bag?
That's the Tokoroa crew.
Ah, the Tokoroa crew. Very nice. I can just hold on to the bag, dude. No big deal. Tank specs.
How's it doing for chat?
Which one?
Your phone.
Oh, my phone. My phone's on 63%.
Alright, that's doing alright.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's the only thing, it has one job today, and that's to provide Wi-Fi. Well, since we're just kind of standing around doing our thing, let's go take a look at some of the artwork that they put on the sidewalks, because this is a very, very reminiscent of Wellington. Choose unity, choose truth, choose love, step up. I like it. Nice rainbow. Wow, they've been busy, these kids. Look at that. Vote Jacinda out. Just vote the whole government out, man. Don't be specific to Jacinda. It's going to get way worse when the other side gets there. There won't be no fake kindness, guys. There won't be no fake kindness. It's going to be all hard-ass stuff. National is not going to make this any better. Aroha. Who owns our children? Exactly. Who? The who owns our children? Now Carlene's just kind of walking around listlessly. Maybe we can get a word in with her. No, she's got her back towards me and everything. I guess she don't want to talk. That's okay. Just missing a few times. I hear you, man. We're going. No. It's a puppy standoff.
Oh, yeah, we're doing alright. A little bit tired.
How you going?
Good, mate. Yourself?
What time are you heading back to?
Oh.
You're going straight up north?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I said to Rob I'd do a ride here, and then he was going to either get a bus or a taxi or find a way home. But it was like at least I bought him one way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go back to Waipu.
Absolutely.
For these people and
This is their one chance.
Sort my van out, and then I'm heading
One shot deal.
up to the Freedom Market.
Can't imagine a bigger fight, really.
Hey, it's gonna get way worse, bro. It's gonna get way worse. If they allow this to happen, I can't imagine how many lives are gonna be lost to this.
Yeah, I haven't thought that hard about what might eventuate in the future. I think I'll just take this one day at a time at the moment.
Well, I can honestly say if this doesn't pan out the way we need it to be and I end up in, God forbid, an accident or whatever, if I can speak, I'm just going to say let me die on the table as a human man.
Yeah,
I don't want and if that means I have to sign a piece of paper to say just let me out. So
There's not a lot of people end up in that situation, and most people who end up on the operating table are elective surgeries, right?
Yeah.
And under the directed blood system of the New Zealand Blood Service, which is something that exists but they've taken it from their website in the last week to try and hide that fact, you can give your own blood in advance of the operation. So they use your blood in the operation. So you can do that. And they've been doing that for ages. Jehovah's Witnesses is a very good example of that. That's how they deal with that problem of not accepting transfusions from strangers. It's actually their own blood. So they give blood over a period of time before the operation.
That precedent has been brought up more than once, and it's a really, really good precedent to follow because they keep saying that these parents they're stopping this surgery because of their beliefs. But technically, I mean, there are ways around it, but you should be able to adhere to people's beliefs, even if they're facts.
Well, it's better than a belief, isn't it? They believe in the science.
100%.
Right? So to say that it's a belief, diminishes it to the idea that it might be something imaginary,
Yes.
which I don't agree with. I think that these people believe in the science. They believe in the facts. They know the facts. They know the potential risk, and the risks are clear. Even the MedSafe data. Apparently, it was. When I checked a couple of days ago, it said that under the subject, the heading of for juveniles. That's not the right word.
Minors?
Pediatric. That's it.
Ah,
So for pediatrics, under that heading, it said for children under the age of 12, that the vaccine had not been tested for safety or efficacy. Now, apparently, according to one of the lawyers I spoke to last night at the vigil, Kirsten, she said MedSafe have changed it, but they haven't updated the website. It's down to 6 months. Well, that's fine because Will is 4 months. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
that's where they try and argue that it's not in 6 months because he was
So he's not 6 months old, so because he's still only 4 months old, and the MedSafe information says we haven't tested this for safety or efficacy for children under the age of 6 months. I don't believe they tested it all, but it's a separate subject, right? So he's younger than their cut-off for saying that he's in the category.
That's why they're arguing today that he's actually 6 months of age, so they can bring that into account.
What are they going from the date of conception are they? Is that their argument now?
Apparently,
I wouldn't put it past them.
Right?
What do they call it? Not preborn?
Premature.
Premature.
Yeah.
That's why they're
Oh,
saying
you
no,
gotta
he's
be
actually
kidding me.
No, he's 4 months.
Well, as far as I'm aware, the date of birth is the day you came out of your mum's womb. I don't think that's changed, unless they want to change hundreds of years of precedence.
Te hei Māori ora, the breath of life.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, it's when the water breaks and you come into this world.
Right. The Chinese, I believe, go from the age of conception, date of conception, I think, for their age.
Really?
Yes, I think so. Don't quote me, but I think it's. I believe some culture doesn't believe that. Anyway, we don't. So the date of birth's the date of birth. Period. They can argue.
100%.
I'm pretty sure that argument. Well, hey, if they're resorting to that level of fallacious argument, they don't have a very good case.
Oh, I 100% agree.
I think they're grabbing at straws.
Me too. Yeah, I think.
Because they've had to backpedal on a couple of things.
Have you heard? I haven't heard much. We haven't heard anything about what's going on in there today.
apparently the blood bank now is backpedaling on a couple of things that they're bringing out. So I don't know exactly the nature of it because I overheard half a conversation.
Yeah.
So
let's not spread rumours.
You can't talk about half a conversation.
Exactly. I've made a rule. I have a rule. It's simple. I only deal in trade and facts. Yeah.
Well said. Facts and evidence matter.
Yes, exactly. 100%.
That's okay because
well, it makes it a lot more fun.
100%.
If you deal in facts, it means that every time you are talking about something, you've got your facts lined up, you've got something to back that up. You're not dealing with feelings, you're not dealing with emotion. Of course, that's all part of the picture, but in terms of arguing your point, if you always trade in facts, you aren't going to be caught out.
Not to mention that
time is going to be on your side. Time's going to be your friend if you always tell the truth. You always tell the story straight, without embellishment. Time will be the conspiracy theorist. What's the old joke? Is it or the recent joke? Difference between conspiracy theorist and the truth? About 4 months.
That's true. And honestly, the truth needs no defense. And this is one thing that we're gonna have to really start getting behind. These people are so embellished in their lies that they're forcing us to defend the truth, which is absolutely ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but it's a nice place to be.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I know what I prefer to be defending.
In the house of lies, sitting in the house of truth. You know where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
100%. Thank you, fellas.
Thanks, Sue.
Yeah. Don't you love these quirky little convos that you get in? Cam, we hadn't had a chance to talk to you. How are you feeling today about all this?
It's a big deal today, just with what's going to happen, For us, it's, it's a really pivotal day today. But, I think they've said a few things which is sort of opening up the doors, really. Now that they've admitted that there is mRNA in the blood. So,
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But yeah, either way, either way, no matter which way it goes, we'll keep fighting.
Well said, bro. Well said. Thank you. And again, guys, that is Cam. He is one of our loyal Dig In team members. Hopefully, he will be going on tour with us if we're still going on tour. Well, we're wanting to go on tour, that's for sure. All right.
Any support from you guys will help us go on tour.
Hey, you heard the man. All the support we can get, the better, man. And if you guys are in any parts of New Zealand, and there's a whole group of people that want to see people like us spread the message, tell them to get in touch with us so we can start getting them into area coordination.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get there.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yep, it's only a matter of time.
It's a common question now. When are we going? It's only a matter of time.
Yeah. Love it, Cam. Thank you.
When I heard you saying you needed to show up donations. Yes, I just thought I'd grab a couple.
I can't believe that just happened. Really? Thank you. Wow, I can't get over the support here, man. Kiwi just haphazardly said, man, it'd be nice if somebody donated a chair. And look what just happened. Someone donated a chair. That's crazy.
Not just a chair. She gave us some nuts and some chocolate balls and some apple, raspberry, cranberry, somethings.
Oh my God. I need to go find this woman and hug her. That sounds amazing.
Oh, she's just left it to go pick up her daughter. That's so nice.
What are we going to do with that chair then?
This is for you. She gave it to us to sit on.
I was about to say, but you asked for the chair.
Yeah, but it's possibly a little bit
I was about to say it might be a bit too. Us bigger boys tend to break those small chairs.
It's cute though. I like it.
Would you like a chair, Kiwi?
I would love a chair, but
I will go for a walk over to my van just over there, and I will get you one.
You know how to do that.
This will fit Sue.
I don't know, man. But yeah, dude, I'm gonna try. Just give me a second. I just want to see if it. Oh, dude, perfect. but now you guys are really short.
They weren't short enough before.
Dude, you're so tall. Well, look. Well, I figured we'd park closer.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm right in the walkway doing this.
Go sit under the tree.
Oh no, I don't need all of that, man.
Let's find out what these things are.
What was her name?
She didn't say.
Oh, well,
She said,
thank you, anonymous woman that apparently reached out to us because of Kiwi talking about a chair.
Yeah, she
that
was saying she stays in the city, lives in the city with her mum, and she heard it and just came down. So it was so nice.
That is awesome, man. Do you want to try some with this?
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Oh, they look delicious.
They do.
Oh, bro. Yum. I needed a little bit of sugar, man. Oh, look at this. I finally got as height with this little dog, man.
Oh, the famous Sky.
I know, dude. She's gotten more airtime than most of the people here.
How's the power on your phone doing?
I don't know, but my phone is warm as, dude.
It's very humid here.
60%. Still doing good.
How's that one doing?
62. Okay. I don't know if Team Zulu got our footage. I didn't realize they were waiting on us. My bad.
From this morning?
No, this is from like an hour or so ago. Cute. I'm going to go ahead and apologize to Team Zulu for not checking my phone earlier. Just thought you guys were on it. That was my bad. Well, we'll put this chair somewhere close.
You want some shade?
No, it's not so much shade. I just feel really exposed in the middle of the walkway. Well, you take it.
You take it.
I just took it. You take it.
You take it.
Okay, got it. Alright guys, so a little update. It's 2:46 p.m. here in Auckland. As you can see, people are, it's not as huge of a crowd as it was earlier, but people are sitting around and waiting for whatever is going to come out today. So, New Zealand has a cowardice.
I'm just saying, if you had a coffee cart or a coffee van, you would make a killing here right now.
Oh, bro, right? Just saying, all you small business owners on wheels, man. There's quite a lot of people here that look like they're tired ass, and if you come and sell your coffee over here, I guarantee you're gonna make a little bit of a killing on some freedom fighters. Oh yeah, they're gonna drag this out to the... I really hope you're wrong on that, DK, because if these people... Oh, let me get back up for this. If these people are gonna drag this case out till the baby dies, that child's blood is on their hands.
Well, that's absolutely another factor as well. I mean, you've got to consider if worst case scenario they do take the mother's rights away in this particular case, that makes the state 100% responsible for whatever happens to Baby Will after they give him this operation. I'd hate to have that on my conscience.
Considering these people seem to sleep just fine at night knowing what they've done to this country already. I mean, we already know they're looking at, what do you call that? This Crown investigation?
Oh, the Royal Commission investigation over COVID.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
I'm holding my breath for that rubbish.
Well, here's the thing.
They had a Royal Commission into, not Three Waters, what was it? Hipupu.
Yeah.
Look how that turned out.
Yeah, I was about to say that's right in the chamber, ready to aim and shoot, man. A lot of people might not think so, but it's coming. It's coming. And of course, when you talk about stuff like hipuapu in this country, they deem you as a racist. So I'm just gonna shut my little mouth on that one. And you guys know what's up. If you clued in, you've already read the hipuapu documents. You know exactly what's coming. DK said they just won't rule. They'll keep remanding it till it happens while the parents have custody. That is a possibility, bro. That is a possibility. It pains me to think that people would do that. And yeah, they would. They certainly would take this opportunity to do something that dastardly. And it's just, dude, it's just another life that was sacrificed to the great demon known as Pfizer. I'm staying close to this cute little chair. It's so cute. I see those infamous "Not a Biohazard" t-shirts on. You always know from miles away when someone has one of Napoleon's infamous Biohazard t-shirts. Big, bright and yellow.
Yeah, that one's definitely a B-scene t-shirt for sure.
Yep, do not wear that unless you want some real attention. They don't want the state to be at fault. True, very true. Sorry if it's a little slow right now, guys. We're just sort of waiting around for this turnout.
Apparently, 100 pages of documents from the hospital's lawyers or the opposition's lawyers were dumped on Sue Gray late last night. So that's obviously their evidence. I think 100 pages is pretty slack, to be honest.
See that woman with the green dress? She was in the Sovereign Hikoi Truth with us at the the South of Mercer border. Beautiful, beautiful lady. Be a proud New Zealander. Well, I'm not technically a New Zealander, but I would like to be proud of this country that I'm in. At the moment, I'm quite proud to see all these people coming out here in support of a stranger's child, because they know and they feel in their heart that this is just absolutely wrong what's going on.
Sue's married to a proud New Zealander.
Yeah. He's so proud. He's a Kiwi patriot, guys. Oh, I was proud of you guys too. WCP 99. I can't get over that giant trailer.
Yeah, I had no idea Rim was a Labour voter though. I should have guessed.
Don't ever tell that to the to the sheriff. Like, man, you really supporting Labor there, huh, bro? Transmission unstable due to a weak network connection. Really?
Come stand away from some of the phones.
All right. I'm taking this cute little chair with me.
Come sit under the shade for a bit.
Okay.
Gonna rest the feet.
Gonna rest the feet. Kiwi.
That's it. I'm gonna sit on the ground.
Oh, dude, now I just feel weird.
You got the chair.
All right.
That's what real men do. They get the woman in the chair and they sit on the ground.
Oh my God, the chivalry is not dead in this country, bro. I love it. I would never ask for such a thing.
You don't have to. I offered it.
No. You don't have data on your phone, but we'll record in Christchurch tomorrow. Good on you, DK. I mean, at some point, you know.
Don't forget landscape.
Yeah, yes. Tip number 1 from Kiwi and Sue. If you're going to go out to film, please film in landscape mode at all times, even on Facebook. Okay? You've been doing pretty good though, DK. We need to get you a good sturdy gimbal and you'll be fine as, bro. You don't screw that up often now. Good job.
You know, it's interesting. We got a lot of feedback from a lot of people after the Counterspin Truthathon about David Icke. A lot of people had never heard him before. Found the way that he was able to wrap everything and encapsulate everything into a very succinct statement about what's going on really resonated well with people. So congratulations to Counterspin and David Icke for getting that interview out there. I think that did a lot of good.
And I 100% back that one up. Personally, I have a history of being into things like David Icke. I've spent countless hours watching some of his lectures. I know just how well this man speaks in public and how long he can go for and keep the public informed and entertained. One day I should hope to be that cool. It's just weird that we chose to sit in front of the weird, like, 12-stone monument. Yeah, it was definitely an awesome interview, DK. There was a lot of very, very succinct points that man made, and some things that we should all keep in mind at all times, especially if you go up and talk to the mainstream media. Do not let them get a word in edgewise. Make them run away from you. Yes, indeed. We have seen DK Spiracy in action and he does not get people worded edgewise. Never ever in the history of ever.
He's our secret weapon against Cena Brown.
I hope you heard that, TK, because I'm not repeating it.
Things have been awfully quiet from the Democrats in the US lately, haven't they?
Oh yeah, but they have enough on their plate right now. Enough Trump bad scenario, and then all of a sudden, guys, they're starting to tell a few truths about Biden. Like maybe he's actually the demented old man that he plays on camera.
Well, and the evidence coming out from Elon Musk. A lot of people are divided. Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Honestly, I think he's just an actor playing a part, and I don't know what drives him, what motivates him. But I know that he has gone in and he has sideswiped Twitter straight out from under the Democrats' control, and he's brought out with him the receipts to prove that there was election interference, and it was between the DNC and Twitter and the people at Twitter, and he has documents to prove it. And I think that is a big win for humanity.
Well, hello, Husty. How are you doing today?
All right. I'm good.
I do like your COVID-19 estate terrorism sweater. Socialism killed 100 million. Globalism, hold my beer. Wanted, arrest on site. Damn it, Napoleon. I do love it.
That's another Napoleon special.
Did you guys check out a lot of the Freedom crowd? They were hanging out in the Governor House across over there, where all these fancy pants hang out. Yeah, and I was rocking this t-shirt, so that was a lot of fun. And everybody's hanging out in their fancy lounge, having tea and coffee, all the Freedom crowd. It was really nice.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
I didn't even know that
we
was
were hanging
happening.
out in a little van having a coffee and sandwich.
Yeah, you guys already know we're hermits. We act like we're not, but we're total hermits. So is Hosty, but he just doesn't want to admit it.
I am harmless.
So you're back on Twitter now after the Elon Musk started relaxing rules?
Yes. I'm back on Twitter. I'm more active on Twitter. I think it's a great tool, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
At the moment, Twitter is it's not being as Nazified as it was about a year and a half ago when I lost my original account. I don't know about you. Are you getting a lot of weird bot accounts following you that look like beautiful single women?
On Facebook, yeah, and I keep banning them. Yeah, I got a lot of robot chicks following me on Facebook, so I got something going for me.
Yeah, he's got a veritable sex bot army, guys. That's what I'm talking about. He's got a harem, a cyber harem.
Cyber harem. Yeah.
And while we're on that, in Telegram, there's a whole arsenal of people creating fake accounts that claim to be Damien Dement or Counterspin Media. I don't know if they do it for us, but...
I have a wanted sign, okay? Yep. If anybody comes pretending to be Kiwi or a Sioux, y'all better let us know, and I want a link because I will go after him.
Yeah, not that there's probably much we can do about it, but Sue and I won't reach out to you in a direct message and go, oh, you've been in our chat for ages. You're such a good commenter and a patriot. That's not our style.
Yeah, because you already know, man. If you hear us go, when did you start following my channel? You can be like, since I realized you're a doppelganger bot and I'm going to report you. That's all you have to do is say that.
Yeah, I've seen some of those, what was it like? Since when are you following my channel? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same spiel every time.
Yeah, I hope I don't have that, but I don't think anybody would do that to me. I don't know, maybe they would. It's like I would like to meet the guy who wants to impersonate me. I'm like, yeah, all right, let's have a chat. Let's see what happens.
Also, 7 o'clock tonight in Shooter's Bar, I believe, there's Sue Gray was scheduled to have a little bit of a debrief or a chat down there before this.
So she will be starting to speak at 7. It's Koha based. If you've seen the message, there's a bank account over there. Transfer to Koha before you show up.
Oh, yeah.
If you can, then yes, at the door also. But it's tonight, Sue Gray talk. Yeah.
Oh, you think you can be there, Husky?
Oh yeah, I'm helping with some of the setup over there this afternoon.
Oh, good on you, bro. Good on you.
And then there's a whole community over here. My friend Anna Marie, she's also helping with a lot of the stuff over here. A lot of the Aucklanders have kind of like, Sue Gray came into town, and all the wonderful women, Anna and Kirsten, everybody, they're just around her and helping her out. And you see all these people over here. It's a very community feel in these things, And she's going to do a corrido and a talk on her thoughts and this and more this evening at 7. So it's a good way to kind of start talking and having a national dialogue. And these things are worth your while, because you got to start exercising this muscle. A lot of us are into pumping iron, but you got to pump iron up here, and that's where the real stuff happens. Yeah.
Well said, Hester.
Yeah. And that's what I was explaining to people as well earlier is start talking, start learning to use your voice, start learning to get your thoughts into a coherent sentence, and speaking to people, because that's how we win this. Is we educate people, we have conversations with people, and we bring each other up.
Yeah, big up to you guys. I mean, honestly, massive support and love. I've seen you guys on the circuit from day dot, and you get a chance to travel with people, eat with people, see them in different settings, and what's the saying? The wheat separates itself from the chaff.
The chaff, bro.
Yeah. So you guys have stuck around, and you're doing a great job. And I like the independence part of what you guys are doing. That's the key,
Yeah, we like to help out other people, but we're really just doing our thing.
No, but that's the thing. You got to do your own thing. One of the reasons I'm getting a bit more comfortable just having a chat. I mean, I can't talk, but I don't do the whole live thing and all of that, because it's a lot of responsibility. You got to know what you're doing. The second you go live and you ask for a donation or two, then you have expectations you have to be responsible for. And and all of us human beings, we're all artists, and I'd rather be an artist. And when you're an artist, you have a little bit of leeway, and I'd rather be an artist and a comedian and whatever you want to call me. And all of us are that. And if you can just practice your own art and dive in and do you, then everything just starts flowering up, man. Everything is just beautiful. Everything works, and that's when all this synchronicity, serendipity, and coincidence, that's when all that shit comes into your life, when you're operating like that, when you're treating the other as an equal. So I don't know, I went on a tangent, but yeah, I would love to do a few more, just regular talks and talk more about some things I want to talk about, but I'm kind of I'm in this place where I don't want to have that responsibility too. You don't, because it's kind of like a catch-22, because you have a whole population out there, and it's not a judgment on people's psychology, just basic psychology, where you find your favorite freedom fighter and you've chucked them $10 and you forward a few Facebook posts, and revolution is done, let's start the Barbie, and I'm done, and then you go online and then you look for any reason to say, well, this person is a Freemason, this person's that, because it's mental psychological escapism, right? So there's a lot of people on that program, So I don't want to feed that cycle either. So I'd rather meet people face to face. So if I want to do something more on a regular basis, it's got to be something more organic, something I feel like doing. So every time I do say something or do make a 3-minute video and I narrate or something, it's an idea. I want to contribute to the dialogue in the nation. That's my buzz.
I love that, Hasty. But I have to say, man, one of the most memorable things I recall from Wellington was running into you quite literally and chasing you around for 3.5 minutes while you explained to the audience what's going on, who's who in the zoo. It was awesome, dude. You give a damn good breakdown.
Oh, that was really good. I mean, I have just amazing, fun, beautiful memories from Wellington, of everyone, people over here, and you guys especially. It's just, I'm just so stoked. I'm just so happy and grateful for this journey, because I found you guys. So yeah.
100%, bro.
And that, guys, is one of the reasons you should come down here in person. Make your boss deal with whatever the workload was, and spend time with good people, building relationships, getting to know people, finding people you can work with, finding people you can help, instead of spending a day in the slavery. And I mean, who's going to take your job anyway at this point?
Yeah. Kiwi's got a really good point, guys.
It's far too easy to sit at home on the social credit, benefit system and do nothing, and just sit there and enjoy the benefits of the slightly socialist history of this country. than it is to get off your butt, come down here, and try and make a difference.
Even if it's just bringing a chair for somebody.
What do you guys think about this? We were having a chat earlier, a couple of us, myself and Tobias. Have you guys met Tobias?
Tobias Tahi,
He's
I've
really
heard-
cool. He's a good music producer. He's doing great mahi.
I've
He
heard
was-
a lot about him.
Yeah, he's a solid dude. He's around here somewhere.
I think he's just over there.
Yeah.
By the mini.
Yeah. So yeah, there's Tobias over there by the mini.
Yeah, I saw the palmy road.
Is it the big tall guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you can get a faraway shot of Tobias. He's a really cool dude. So
That's
you get a shot of his back.
yeah, yeah.
There we
Okay,
go.
so we were having this chat on 2023. What's coming? What are we doing? Parallel systems. 2023. What are we going for? How do we deal with this? So yes, we have a little bit of a hang of it. And earlier I said something about how people are psychologically checking out. And Kiwi has a very good point also. You got to do the mahi, you got to come out. You can't be in the comfort of your home. Just some thoughts on that. We have a lot of people who try to tear Freedom Crowd down. That seems to be a constant, right? And I was wondering, do you guys also see it this way? When people are operating from a place of fundamentally fear and not knowing themselves, and coming from a place of powerlessness where they feel they're powerless, and this person with a platform or a following has the power and hence they must adhere to my morality, what they're really coming from is a psychological heart space of fear and not knowing themselves and believing themselves to be powerless. That's part of the problem.
That's a victimhood mentality that has been carefully and meticulously constructed into our civilizations. We saw that a lot in the US. Particularly Candace Owens is a big advocate for not being a victim. And once you get out of the victimhood mentality, you can actually reclaim your power and your voice, and you can be someone proactive and successful and positive in your community. But you have to get rid of the victimhood programming.
100%. I'd hate to cut you fellows off, but I just got a report that they're going to be coming out shortly for a 15-minute break. Hopefully we can get a little bit of an update when they come out. So
we'll go sit in the position.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it was a lovely talk with you, Hester.
Yeah, always.
Good chat, Hester. Thank you.
Hi, Hester.
We'll just leave the chair, I guess, huh?
No,
Yeah, we has a responsibility to this chair.
Oh no, I'm just so moved that wonderful lady said she'd come down and bring us a chair because we had to.
100%. Somebody's getting a little riled up over there, but I think it's like a good riled up.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Did you see?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what just happened. Oh dear. Is he a bad guy or? Oh, we got a first little protester. Oh.
It's just by that car there, look.
The one in the black shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him, the poor
I don't know
baby.
what he's doing. Or maybe he's not a bad guy. He might be a good guy.
It kind of looks like he has a counterspin shirt on from here, but my eyes are bad, so.
Maybe we don't film him having a bit of a meltdown. I think he's having a hard time.
All right. Killjoy. All right, let's go wait around for Sue Gray and them to come out. Hopefully we can get... It's kind of interesting. He starts acting up right as I find out that they're going to come out for a 15-minute break. Just saying. Just saying.
But the dude, the veins are popping out of his neck and stuff. He's probably not doing too well at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of people are in that frame of mind. Well, not so much the veins popping out of the neck, but a lot of people are in that frame of mind now. They've had enough. But let's just go casually mosey on over there. Yeah, yeah. I think he said. Yeah, and Debbie. Debbie says hi. Yeah. All right, people are starting to get a little bit restless. It seems they're like yelling stuff, and so without causing too much of a stir, we're just gonna go casually wait over here, wait for this 15-minute break. Is it down again? I'm not sure.
What's going on?
What's going on at the Rumble office? Something's going on. We can't keep an eye out on Counterspin's thing right now because we're very, very low on data and we have to keep up with the live feed.
Yeah, we're down to one phone at the moment.
Yeah, we're definitely down to one phone at the moment. Not a fun place to be in, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit frustrating. So in New Zealand, the biggest data plan you can get is 100 gig, I think, through Spark, which costs a stupid amount of money. And the secondary phone gets 40 gig at streamable speed. And because we've streamed a couple of times this month already, we're quite low on one of the secondary data, the 40 gig data. And I'd have to get hold of my phone and try and get a top up, and
it's not worth it.
Yeah, you'd have to bust the stream up to do it. It's just a pain in the bum. But that's New Zealand for you. We get ripped off left, right and centre, and our data for our mobile phones in this country is just another one of the scams. You go over to Australia, you get 200 gigs for half the price.
Oh, bro, I can tell you for a fact, in America, I had a badass unlimited data plan for $80 a month, and it was the same speed data no matter how much data you use.
Yep. Proper unlimited.
Proper unlimited, yep. If you want to put out the chair right here, man.
Yeah,
I'm just saying so you don't have to hold it. We'll just, it seems like we're the only ones besides the mainstream media that have that little bit of knowledge that someone's going to be coming out for a 15-minute break. We're going to take advantage of this so we don't get swamped. Scanning protects what you block. Right. Does anybody have a Sharpie in the crowd? Fun fact, when I was in China 2016, roaming data was $20 for 20 minutes. What? Ew, that stink.
You hear the rumour that they might be popping out for a break shortly?
Really? How shortly? Not sure. But I'm gonna stand and wait anyway. You might want to wait a minute.
Who said that they would get a ticket?
Tech from Counterspin. Don't point your phone at QR to the text into your phone. Oh, well, thank you for that, DK. I did not know that. Please remove that QR. I would love to, but I don't want to get tackled by court security. They might not take too kindly to the fact that I'm pulling down their property. If I was there, dude. And that's because you are naughty, naughty girl. No, okay. Never mind. The 15-minute break has been canceled.
Cancelled the break.
Yeah, they canceled the break. No worries. They canceled the break. I didn't. Yeah.
How can we get something into them?
That's a good question.
To be on the list.
So you can't get one of them to go take her a coffee.
That's actually. If that, I'm sure that V was about $5 though.
And it just let me know it's from one of the lawyers.
Back to work. I know, Kiwi Bear Mother, I know. I was looking forward to hearing an update, but that's okay. We'll just chill in this area. No big deal. It's kind of an overcast today, so
yeah, it's cooled off a bit now. It's not too bad.
Yeah. Interesting how. Okay. Well, back to waiting, guys. Back to waiting. Let me go give them. Oh no, you can stay there. I'm gonna come right back. Yeah, apparently their break has been canceled. So they were supposed to come out for 15 minutes, but they went right back in. So maybe there's that would be nice. Yeah. So we're just gonna stick around with. What's that? Yes. We do it live up in here, folks. Oh, well, apparently this was supposed to end around 4 or 5, depending on what's going on. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to get a nice chunky update hopefully when they're all done for the day, so we'll see. Look at the counterspin trio, guys. I love that. Yeah. Working behind the scenes to give you everything you need, man. Good job, guys. How's it, Michelle?
Oh, good luck. Yep, we're sitting there happily waiting for a good outcome.
Well, hopefully we don't have too much longer to wait. Maybe 45 minutes to an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, then it's 0 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I'm imagining we're going to get rained on at any minute.
Yeah, it feels like that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, all these people are just like honking and ridiculous.
It's great support, eh? I didn't think the Aucklanders would be tooting as much. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Pity they didn't park up and come in.
I
Tooting
know.
is better than nothing.
Yeah, I'll give them that. At least they're giving us some loud honks, you know, keeping us motivated.
Yeah, there's a coach did it. I'm like, oh, okay. Travel coach.
100%. Thank you, Michelle.
Good deal.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Just had to go play with the counterspin team for a second. Look at it. Oh, they're the cool kids over there, just all hanging out together.
Yeah, I think there's another really good thing, and Hasti and I touched on this before, but the connections you make and the networking. At the Graham Phillips trial, we ran into Carl Bromley and his lovely, absolutely lovely wife. Carl and I had a bit of a discussion online that was a little bit heated. But you know, it's you don't hold that against someone when you're just chatting in Telegram, and all sorts of stuff can get twisted up. Meeting him in person was a real nice, genuine person, and got a lot of respect for him.
And let me just say, Carl's wife, I think I found me a new friend, because she's cutthroat, a beautiful lady, and just so dedicated to God and to her husband. It was lovely.
Yeah, no, really nice couple.
I sure hope when we grow up, we'll be like them, huh, Kiwi?
I want to be better.
Hashtag goals, baby. Hashtag goals.
You know, there's some areas I think Carl could improve on in his modern or recent to modern history, as far as what really happened in the World War II era and prior to that. I think he might have to do a little bit of buffing up. A lot of Anons know the real truth, the Holodomor, and the other side of the story, where there was a lot more death that wasn't actually publicised and isn't part of our history and training, and I don't know if Carl's aware of that or not. It'd be great if he did get up to speed on that stuff.
100%. And yeah, of course, it is a touchy subject for us to have a yarn about live on any platform. If you know, you know. If you don't, learn. I'll give you one tip, guys. If you don't know what we're talking about, look up Dennis Wise. Watch some of his films. That's all I'm gonna say, though. What's that?
There's a dude that was unhappy before.
Oh, the fella with the Tommy Hilfiger shirt on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, glad he's calmed down. He seemed a little bit miffed.
Has it calmed down, or is the vein still popping out the side of his neck?
Well, so far nobody's been an absolute horrible person to us. So far, we've actually had some really lovely people here. Even people who are feeling especially passionate about what's going on. But even those real passionate people, man, they get their message out, they get their love and support for the family out and how they feel about this government, and they channel it into some good energy, man. And there's a lot of good energy here. Tommy Highfinger. That's cute. I like that. Oh my god. The mainstream media drinks Coca-Cola. Ew. Hiya! Yeah! Yeah, definitely Tommy Highfinger right there. This am's beautiful. See, for all of us that, oh yeah, the MSM does, they also suck Coke, apparently. Look at that. That big old red can. Coca-Cola. You people should be drinking more water anyway. Don't worry, Lisa. You're going to stay right here, far out of the shot. I got you. Asses to get rid of the taste of Coke. Oh, DK, it's so funny. I'm sorry, Counterspin Media, if you guys are live streaming, you're not quite sure who I'm talking to. We're just having a yarn with our Twitch people. Yeah. Some of the joys of going live on certain platforms is that you get to talk to your audience, and we're pretty interactive with our audience. We can't help ourselves.
Yeah, if anyone's wondering why we use Twitch, one of the good things about Twitch is you can get in there, create a free account, and your comments actually come up on the phone as we're filming, so we can interact with you. A little bit of a tip if you feel like interacting with us while we're filming.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm sad that you can't send puppy pics too, because I'll tell you what, Ann. Little Mr. Purple and Mrs. Purple. And I still think you need to have a little dog named Mr. Pink just to cover the whole Reservoir Dogs thing. I know you have Mr. Orange, but yeah, I do love the puppy pics. I can't help myself. I am an anon, but I am also a girl that loves cute animals. If anybody knows me from Wellington, I am the one that always filmed the Freedom dogs.
Just drop.
Yeah, it's nice. Lucky you can't catch COVID while you're drinking Coke.
Okay. I can't text and do all this at the same time, so I'm just going to say to the person that just texted me, all good. We are technically aborting, but I just don't feel like moving back in a position where we were. Seems like something could happen anywhere.
I'm assuming that's a body temperature scanner they've got there.
Inside.
Yeah, just into the right.
Oh, that.
That box there. Oh, That's probably what it is.
Then we'll come and see if you've got vaccine in you. They'll be seeing nothing of that around here.
What's that fella doing with a black glove on? Yeah, that's a little weird.
Just what's going on with you, Sue?
I'm just chilling.
Who are you talking to? Still Calvin?
No, we don't have a connect line with Kelvin. I did catch a little bit of what Kelvin was talking about while we were on our lunch break, and this is why I love the man. He is no holds barred. He says exactly what's on his mind at all time, and sometimes it might be controversial and it might make you look a little bit of a fringe, but you know what? We actually agree with most of the things that Kelvin says, if not all of them. So, Kelvin, if you're listening, brother, it was awesome.
In other words, he's not on money.
I think they might be having a break too. He needed a break.
After the 12-hour jargon that he did yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah, it was yesterday, I think. And
Saturday.
It was it Sunday? I'm losing track of time now, man. This is not good.
I have no idea what time is. My phone's up there.
He's got it.
What year is it? I forget.
I left everything in the car with Cameron. I got nothing.
See, this is what I love about some freedom fighters, okay? These guys carpool together so no one has to pay this ridiculous price in petrol, sorry. So gotta stop saying gasoline. Petrol.
Doesn't work well for the American, does it?
No, there's a lot of things in this country that don't work well for the American. Like the fact that you guys call cookies biscuits and you call biscuits scones. It's a little bit confusing, okay? I was trying to make a pasta dish about a week or two ago, and the pasta dish called for the American tomato sauce, which is not tomato sauce. It's something completely different in this country. It's very confusing.
Puree or something.
Yeah, it's puree. Thank you. How did you just knew? I asked like 3 people that, and they were like, I don't know what you're talking about. Good to know. So, yeah, tomato puree for all you Americans that decide to come to Kiwi Land and want to do a spaghetti bowl. Tomato puree, not tomato sauce, or you're going to get ketchup. Hi, lovely. Yeah, Kelvin was great, Debbie. All right. I'm not going to admit anything about Kiwi and I as far as our beliefs go, but if you know At Week's End News and you've seen our theme song and like the little video that was made for our theme song, then you know quite a bit about our belief structure and how controversial it is. And I just happened to catch the whole spinning ball bullshit, which was like, yeah. But I'm not gonna say anything because I can't tell you for sure that Kelvin's a flat earther. Some of us might be. I can neither confirm nor deny.
I can confirm NASA lies.
Yes, NASA does lie. Thank you, Kiwi. Thank you, Kiwi. We know they're a bunch of satanic liars.
Oh, we could go back to space, but we lost the technology.
They lost the technology, folks. They lost it. They had the opportunity back in, what was it, the 50s or 60s, where they could actually phone in a person on the moon, of all places. Phone in, and the connection was beautiful. The connection was better on the moon than it was for me to call back home. What say you about that, Kiwi?
Well, I guess they lost the phone line while they were at it.
Yeah, apparently.
As far as I know, you still can't relay directly to the moon and back via satellites.
Yeah, but we're not gonna go into any conspiracy theories or anything. But yeah, some of this might just not make any freaking sense whatsoever. Can't confirm flat Earth.
Kiwi. All we can do is look at who started NASA. It was JPL, which was
Jack Parsons,
which became Jet Propulsion Laboratories, who was a heavy Satanist.
100%.
That's where the forked tongue in NASA comes from.
Boom. There's a little bit of brutal truth for you. A little bit of brutal truth. Kiwi Bear Mother said, I've traveled this world, but I was always put to sleep during flight. Hashtag can't confirm flat earth. Well, honestly, I've heard, and I've actually seen a little bit of footage, that all you have to do to confirm or deny is ask the pilot. And in more than one situation, when you ask the pilot, they usually say that it's a flat, not rotating Earth. But who knows? You know, who knows? The pilots might be laymen like the rest of us. Werner von Braun. Oh, yes, I forgot about Werner von Braun, DK. But yeah, Jack Parsons was also a very huge part of that, JPL Laboratories. Any minute now, guys. Any minute. Not a space agency. Yep, true that.
Now we've got the ability to do that.
Right, trying to get a really big file.
Man, this is BS, bro. The media gets to go in there with no no qualms. Excuse me. I've been talking for too long. I need a little bit of water. I'll give it to Counterspin too. There is no possible way I can talk for 12 hours straight and not die. So props to Counterspin. Should be a break. DK 3:30. True. Apparently we have been reported. We have reports that they went to take a break, but then they went right back in. So I don't know what that was about. But we're in the perfect position to get ahead of these mooks over here and get the real scoop from Liz and from Sue. Hello, Cornelia.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, we're doing good. We're streaming live. How are you?
Good, thank you.
You're here for the long haul, aren't you?
Yes,
I am.
Yes, we come from up north.
So, what exactly? Oh, good on you.
Yes.
Good on you. So, what have you guys been doing when you're not at Auckland High Court or at Christchurch Court? When you're not at court, what are you guys usually doing for the freedom movement?
We are involved with Voices for Freedom in the gardening group. We're supporting people putting in gardens, and we're sharing seeds. And anyway, meetings, we're supporting each other emotionally with children. We have all age groups on our team, families,
Beautiful.
Singles. And it's been really good. It's been a very nice family and making all these new connections.
Well, thank you so much for that, Cornelia. It's lovely to know that people are still very active in the community. They're still trying to make New Zealand great again, if you will, just in the background, even with gardening. Thank you.
Love and light.
See how you could just have a yarn with like anybody? I freaking love it. I love this community. You can't do this in America, man. They'd curse you out and push you away. All right, my turn for the comfy chair. Well said. Voices of Freedom ladies outside Sanitarium, Royal Oak, Auckland. Amazing crew. Oh man, I have to get a glimpse of that, man. I believe you though, Kiwi Bear. You got to give it to these people, man. We have a job to do, like filming here, so we can't leave it even if we wanted to. But these people are standing around and waiting because they care that much about baby Will and his family. They want to hear an outcome. They want to hear the updates. And I'm sure some of them just want to get a glimpse of the baby himself, because if you listen to Liz Gunn, man, this child is extremely special. She's been in his vicinity more than one time. She constantly goes on about how beautiful his eyes are and how old of a soul he is, even though he's a 4-month-old. It's a beautiful thing, man. Uh-oh. I knew it. I knew it. I just saw a drop of rain. Oh, crap. Oh, it's getting rained on. No surprise there that it's raining.
But you don't share the live streams after, like some people.
Oh, we will. We shared a link to the live stream. Then we're going to download the live stream and put it up on our YouTube channel, so you'll get to see all of it.
Because I was like, Mama, I did a thing, and then I couldn't find it to screenshot.
All good. Yeah, don't you walk within the palm leaves, bro. That's not for you. The MSM might melt. Yeah, they might just melt. You never know. No, the one with the baseball cap keeps giving me these eyes.
They would have done it. These guys would have wanted to interview for just feelings.
Oh, well, if they knew.
Surely you want to speak to the other council. They do a press release too.
You would think that, but I don't think they do very honest journalism. In fact, I know they don't do very honest journalism. You can't really trust a man that wears what looks like a 3-piece suit and a bald cap with a mask. That's just me, man. That's a little bit odd.
It's Nike, isn't it?
Swoosh!
Is it?
I can't tell from here. It kind of looks like it. You know you're bored when you're starting to poke fun at the MSM for their fashion choices. Look at all of us.
In the mask, in the white mask, he's just been on his phone for like the last hour.
Oh, I know.
He doesn't even have any friends here, clearly, because he doesn't talk to anybody.
Oh, man. Pay no mind to us, guys. We're being mean girls right now.
I was saying to, I was talking to a decent journalist here for stuff actually. His name's Troll Somerville. And
troll.
I said to him, a couple of years ago, you guys would have been walking around. These guys would have been walking around interviewing us and asking why we're here. And I said to him, I would say to them, I'm here because if I'm in an accident, I would like to receive unvaccinated blood. I said I made a decision a year ago to not get vaccinated, and I told him I do not want the hospital to vaccinate me through a blood transfusion. He was listening to me. That's rare.
That is rare.
And he's in there now listening to those experts. Hopefully Linda Wharton and NZDSOS are giving him some information that
I sure hope so.
He's been too lazy up until now to look for.
Well, to be fair, it is piles and piles of information. It's terabytes worth of data, and it's a lot of work to get yourself up to speed on all of this, the truth.
Oh, it's a full-time job.
It is.
I've got 2 full-time jobs.
It's a
I
full-time
don't-
job that doesn't pay.
But I've been paid with my health.
Ah, yes.
It's been worth it.
Agreed on that.
Just a quick public service announcement. The clearway opposite the court ends at 4 or starts at 4 o'clock. So if you're here at the court with us and you're watching the stream, you're going to have to move your vehicles by 4 or you might get towed.
Uh-oh. All right. Hopefully you guys heard that. We've paid about $60 in parking meter fines today. So, yeah.
Have you heard of public transport?
I'm not about to do public transport. No, sirree. I'd rather die.
You know the bus lanes, you get to ride in them.
Yeah.
Let's not talk Auckland Council, hate them too.
Now, let me ask you that. Kiwi Bear Muzza, one of our people in chat, said an opportunity to ask, why are you here today? Are you wanting me to ask this lovely young lady, or do you want me to ask the mainstream media? Because I could probably do both. You never know.
They're here because they're getting paid.
What's up, fella?
You still let it go then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
Yep,
why they're
just
not-
go in
I'm
there
guessing
and
it's
tell them
for
you gotta use the
security,
lube, bro.
breaks, and so they have to lock the doors. I don't know what their reason is. They keep shutting up for little bits of pockets of time.
Yeah. You know what? We'll do both. So, why are you here today?
I just told you.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm
tell
here
us
for
about-
myself. I said to Liz, Sue Gray, sorry, on Wednesday, she asked me, she thanked me for being here actually, and I said, well, I'm actually here for myself as well, because if, I'm in a car accident, I want unvaccinated blood. So Will's like doing this for all of us, everyone here.
Beautiful.
He doesn't know it, but
doesn't
he's
know
a
it yet.
superstar legend.
I'm hoping that when he turns 18
Yeah.
and we're all either crippling old or dead, like the ones that are left, we're going to be like, I remember you. Oh yeah, they're just they're making announcements. If you're in the car parks along the roads, you might want to move your car. Now I know from here, Sue won. Yes. Oh yeah, and Kiwi Bear, I do realize that was Farmer James. I do know of Farmer James. I'm gonna be frank, I don't really watch his lives, but I mean, I'm sure people love the guy. He seems like a down-to-earth fellow.
That one in the chickadee shirt. I had a reasonable chat with him before.
Oh.
He's not media though, he's got another job.
No, but he's hanging around with the media like they're best friends.
Yeah, but he wasn't actually kind of a nice guy in the end. I hated him earlier because he told me I was harassing them.
You're harassing
But I'm
me.
just asking them questions.
Yeah, right? What the hell's wrong with people, man? I can ask questions. Do you have to actually get an accreditation just to ask people questions? Give me a freaking break. I'm sorry. Jacinda, I will never ask you for an accreditation because I don't care what you think.
I saw that.
There's old Farmer J again in him's sandals and whatnot. Did you find the bathroom okay? Nice.
No more questions about that.
Well, I don't, I could be like, I have.
He was going well. No, I'm joking.
That's okay.
Trying to crack a joke.
I just didn't, I don't want to have to beg someone to come and talk to us. If he doesn't want to talk, he can just chill. That's cool with me. The Hollywood red carpet of the Global Truth Awards. A pseudonym here, reporting live from the palm leaves. Farmer James just snubbed me, but that's okay. He doesn't know who I am, and that's fine by me. course, we have our own Farmer James here. His name is Farmer Pete. Have you met Farmer Pete yet? You will definitely know this man when you talk to him. He's been on a couple of. Did he
come up from the South Island this morning?
No, actually, he's located in Waipu, but he did speak on the mic earlier today. Farmer Pete is a patriot and a really awesome fella, and he knows his stuff. All right, it stopped raining. Yay! I'm gonna go back and lean against stuff.
You want us to be so happy out here?
I don't have enough information for this. I haven't heard it from the briefing at lunchtime.
Yeah. Not much was said. Liz Gunn came in and said that the judge has admitted that there is when the other day when they were taking to the doctors they said no way. Now the judge
I'm just gonna walk around you.
So did you get that?
No, I didn't. Well,
So at the lunchtime briefing, the judge has confirmed that the mRNA does transfer into the blood service.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow! Thank you for telling us that. I needed to talk to someone who knew what was going on.
Yeah, so that's what we heard Liz Gunn say just before she went in.
Oh, wow! Thank you so much. Did you guys hear that? So repeat it one more time, Kiwi, for the audience.
So apparently, we've been told that from the judge that the mRNA from the vaccine does in fact travel and stay in the blood and is collected in the blood at the blood bank.
So it therefore would also be in blood product.
Correct, and then administering that blood in a transfusion is illegal because.
Get your attention!
What the hell is this?
When these guys come out, if we could just please from here that way, so we're not blocking the entrances, please, just for safety. And thank you very much for your patience.
Nice attention gathering, bro. Good Lord, I thought we did something wrong.
We need that man on the front line.
Right, where was this guy, man? This guy would have been the loudest haka ever, bro. Okay, so apparently this is going to be happening soon. So he said somewhere around here? Around here? I don't want to get yelled at by this fella. He's scary. Oh, speaking of Farmer Pete, what's up, Farmer Pete? You here? I am staying there.
Hopefully we'll find out shortly. I see mainstream media are getting excited. They got all their face nappies on. Something's going to happen.
Definitely, Pete. And while I am a cutthroat like a cat, I will get in the middle of this. Guys, all right, if you guys have any questions you want us to submit to Sue Gray, Liz Gunn, even the mainstream media, whatever. If you have any questions, put it in chat. Do it now or forever hold your peace.
Don't block the door.
Which door are we not blocking? Is it that door or that door?
I'll be coming out that way.
No, I was just being silly. So yeah, and I'll repeat it. The judge has confirmed that the mRNA vaccine still shows up in the blood during a blood transfusion. This also means that the mRNA is also in the blood product. Let's see how cutthroat the mainstream media is, man. I'm pretty much like a rugby player when it comes to this stuff, man. You're not gonna get in my way.
He really does.
Scary. Well, here's the first lot of them.
Hi.
Oh, is that Liz Gunn? Yep, that's Liz Gunn, you guys. Wait for it. Right, what an awesome judge.
Hi everyone. So, yeah, I do feel there's a sadness in my heart, but I don't know what that is, and I need time to think about what I've seen today. It's a very unbalanced system. I remember when I left the law, I remember the disillusionment of the law, that it wasn't about justice. It was a system about who could pay for justice. So we have 6 or 7 lawyers in their team. We have our small team doing an absolutely valiant job. Some of the things that were said just at the end, I'll think about the rest, all these notes I've taken. Their side said they've attempted to engage with the parents. The clinicians have tried to bend over backwards to accommodate the parents' views. Now, that meeting I was in, that simply was not the case. The parents were derided and diminished in their views and dismissed in their views. And I worry at what gets presented in this game of court. I worry that what gets sacrificed is true justice, but let's see what's going to happen. He's reserved his decision. There was another moment that I'll leave you with. Today, Mr. Ross, who was for the other side, in the afternoon break, Sue had left the court. We were all meant to leave. And I turned and he was surrounded by 6 of the journalists, I think, 5 or 6, I didn't count them all. And he was discussing in detail, and he gave them documents. And I went up to him and said, do you have a right to do that, to hold a mini press conference in the afternoon break with the journalists? And he said, of course I do, of course I do. He's quite a forthright man. And I checked just now with the registrar, who looked surprised, reads shocked for that. And I said, where can I find the protocols of the court that allow that sort of mini press conference? He said to me, you have to find them. And I said, have you seen that ever before, a mini conference in court with one side's lawyer, with the journalists who are going to try to shape what is happening here? And he said, no, I have not. He was an honest man, a well-meaning man, the registrar, but he left it up to us to find the protocols of the court. If anyone has time to dig into that, there's a lot that's going on right now. I'd appreciate that, and we will dig in. But as I left the court just now, I said to Mr. Ross, you had no right to hold a mini press conference like that. And he said, I didn't. I just answered some questions. It goes to the heart of 2 things, of truth and justice. So what is the truth we will get in tomorrow's papers and tonight's news? And where is justice being served by this rampant imbalance in our court system? But I pray still that the judge can see through and see what is right. This ridiculous complexity. You know, as a mother, you just want to stand up and say, there are 2 kinds of blood here. One, they have said, the blood service has said there could be remnants of mRNA in the blood, and the other one is clear. Let's get the one that's clear and the tiny baby. Do we really have to have a whole day's hearing? Possibly go to a full hearing? Leave this family in agony? For what? For the ego. For the ego of this Prime Minister. Jacinda Ardern, I cannot do any more than plead with you on behalf of every decent New Zealander who has a heart for this family. Play out your ego on another issue. Let this family be at peace. Let their baby have clean, unjabbed blood. Play your ego game somewhere else, but step in on behalf of this Kiwi family and let them have the operation tomorrow. They should never have been in this court game. This absolutely weighted court game. Sue is basically doing it, apart from your donations. She's doing it on her time and love and effort, and so is Kirsten, so is Ken. The imbalance is inordinate. Jacinda Ardern, leave this family alone. Ask the blood bank to release the blood. That's all I can ask you. Stop this farce, this ridiculous, pompous, meaningless, insincere, fatuous, facile farce of seeing all these pathetic arguments mounted. that don't even ring true with what I saw. Oh, this was a clinician's very thoughtful decision. No, in the meeting, the clinician said, we just don't believe it. We just don't believe it. In their affidavit, they called them conspiracy theorists. This was not considered. This was not researched the way so many New Zealanders have researched. We beg you to take pity on this family and let them have the unjabbed blood and do your games like this another day with an adult, but not a tiny 4-month-old baby who cannot be taken off this mother that loves him so much. Jacinda, it's at your feet. We pay you as our Prime Minister, and I'm begging you to do the right thing here, and that's all I can say. Please keep writing to Jacinda. Write to her. Ring her office. Write to the Blood Service. Do every email you possibly can and beg them to show some humanity in this country that we were once so proud of, and of which I am now so ashamed apart from you. The real people, the real ones who care. I beg you to write those letters and demand she listen to us. I beg you. Okay. I've had no sleep. I am exhausted.
Thank you, Liz.
One side society, we're looking at a two-tier society.
All right, so you heard that really heart-wrenching plead from Liz Gunn to the people of New Zealand. Write this Prime Minister. It might not work, but at least you can say you tried, okay? She needs to know how all of New Zealand feels about what's going on here. She needs to know that everybody in this country, in here, that has a moral sense of anything, they care about the future of this child. This is a strange child to them. They don't know this kid, but we're fighting for him anyway. Dominant facts, lots of emotion. I know. Well, this is why we are standing here waiting for Sue Gray to come out. We're going to hear what Sue, the lawyer, has to say about this, and yeah, hopefully we can get some actual facts out. But yeah, quite emotional, and it's to be expected. She has gotten very, very close to this family and this child. Okay, I can't move because Sue Gray, I'm tired too, guys. Sue Gray is going to be out any minute now. It looks like Mana News Live is having a little kororo with the mainstream media. Not going to get in the middle of that because I know what happens when you yell at the mainstream media. They tend to get upset and they tend to call the police on you. She is ex-MSM. I would rather have Liz on our side than on the other side. Let me tell you, we need all the help we can get from ex-MSM to ex-Freemasons. I don't care what side of the darkness you're from. Who's the twit with the mask? Dude, you mean the one in the pink hat? The guy that's just kind of skulking around with what looks like a chair or something, I don't know. You can see here, without pointing the camera in anybody's face, there's tears here. There's a lot of heart-wrenching emotions that are going on right now. And while we had that little win with the judge admitting that yes, the mRNA, it would still be showing up in blood donations and in blood product, it seems to me that, they're going to back this mainstream media narrative all the way. They're going to back this globalist narrative brought to you by Pfizer. I can't imagine how much they're getting paid. Let's see. That looks like Sue Gray. I'm kind of with you on that one, DK. I'm not gonna lie, but you take what you can get, bro. All right. Sue Gray is right outside the door here. Get ready. She's gonna be fashionably late. She's letting everybody else get out first. Gotta love this woman. Yes, she has, and she has supported Kelvin and Hannah and Brad 100%. We have to stick together as much as we can.
Many evil demons in Aotearoa.
Oh, I like that.
Many evil demons in Aotearoa. That's what the media is standing for in mainstream.
You heard that straight from Mono News Live, guys. I love it.
Yeah. We got to go into Karakia and pray very soon.
Yeah, you want to wait for Sue Gray, bro.
So wait for Sue to come out.
Yeah, let's get some facts and evidence out there. $100%. Yes, indeed. And this is Sue's forte, the law. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Not everybody's meant to be a politician. I'd love to see what she has to say from a legal point of view. And here we go, guys. Sue Gray. How'd it go?
Well, the judge has reserved the decision. He's gone away to think about it.
Shock.
And he's agreed to do a decision as fast as he can. He might do just like a decision and then do the reasons later, or he might try and do it all in the same go. So, but basically we got a lot of information out there that hasn't had a chance to be heard before. And one of the most bizarre things of the day was the lawyer for NZ Blood saying that no medicines are safe. So after we had a couple of years of being told that this new novel medicine is safe and effective, we now hear that no medicines are safe.
There's always symptoms.
So,
always side
you know,
effects.
so there's a lot of information to process. There's no question. And what it definitely made clear for me is how the state has its kind of tentacles everywhere. Evil. They talk about informed consent, but when it comes to it, there are so many things the state does and so much it has control of that it makes informed consent extremely difficult unless you're agreeing with them. That when we started, I mean, right from the start of it, the hospital had taken the view that there was absolutely no basis to what the parents were speaking about, that they were conspiracy theorists, so they were just labelled and they weren't listened to and they weren't respected, and they might have gone through the motion a little bit, but there was no serious recognition. But what definitely is good already is that there is now information, there's now acknowledgement that there really are some big issues here. There are some really, really big issues here, and nobody came up with any evidence to say we're wrong. And nobody came up with any evidence that the vaccine or blood transfusions that control the Pfizer vaccine, the mRNA vaccine, are safe.
But we actually got movement our way.
Yeah, they shifted. They acknowledged that at least for the first 14 days it's in the blood. So my answer to that is, well, why would you be collecting people's blood the day after a vaccine when you know that there's what we call a contaminant? They didn't like me calling it a contaminant, but I still say it's a contaminant is something that shouldn't be there.
And giving it to a vulnerable baby.
And it's something that might cause harm, and it does cause harm for some people. So, and also, like we said, I think some of the submissions weren't correct. They were trying to say, well, they do pull their blood, but as I understand it, they also have, they keep people's blood separate so that if there is contamination, at least only one person gets contamination from that one blood, which is kind of makes sense. I think they might have learnt that from the days of the hepatitis and other issues. So, yeah, basically the fact that you might have got away with it once and you struck lucky on what I was calling blood roulette doesn't mean that you'll strike lucky every time. And, you know.
Did you want to share some information about the hepatitis situation that they completely ignored?
Yeah,
2 or 3
2.5 years.
That's what you brought up.
Yeah, so just we've done a huge amount of research in the last week, like an enormous amount of research, and along the way we found that in 1992 the Department of Health, it was called in those days, did an inquiry into the safety of blood because there was a whole problem. For 2.5 years the public had been saying we've identified a risk of hepatitis in blood, and it's a particular risk for people with haemophiliacs who are getting a lot of blood transfusions. And for 2.5 years, nobody would listen to them. Nobody would do anything. And finally, there was an inquiry saying, why did it take so long? And so this is exactly the problem here, where the informed public are so much quicker to come to grips with these issues than a bureaucrat that's paid a lot of salary to just sit there and protect the status quo. And we learn it over and over and over again.
And they did blame the media on that as well, didn't they? They did blame the media.
Media. Yeah, that's right. The little quote in the thing was something about, very much the same quotes that we see here, that basically the media are making the public excessively concerned or something. So we can't tell. Why don't they just tell the truth and let people come up with their own decisions? So easy.
Well
just
said.
Just let us make a decision for ourselves. What also came out of it is that the New Zealand Blood Service, whatever they call themselves these days, are basically a monopoly, a statutory monopoly. They control all the blood in New Zealand, and they're fairly bullish in their views about how things should be done, and it puts people in a difficult situation if you've got a different view, and the view that what might be good for the majority is not necessarily good for a vulnerable child or somebody with a genetic condition or anybody with anything a little bit unusual.
The NZ Blood Service was just basically saying that, weren't they? It's by them doing this, it actually puts the whole blood service at risk. Could you speak to that at all? I didn't understand it, to be fair.
To be honest, I didn't understand it really either, because I don't see that they already screen blood for a whole lot of things. So if they know that you've got a risk, they don't take the blood at all. Like the mad cow disease, people that were in England at a certain time, not allowed to give blood ever again, or at least not for 20 years or whatever it is, not allowed to give blood. Hepatitis, if you're high risk, not allowed to give blood. So there's a whole lot of things that you can't give blood, and which that's entirely logical. We don't want to contaminate our blood. But now we've identified another new risk, and it's a risk that we don't know how dangerous it is, but there's a lot of red flags. And why wouldn't we take precautions against that risk? Or at least put the blood that is contaminated by that risk in one pile and put the other blood in another pile, and so the people that at least are most needing safe or blood without spike protein in it can at least get that blood. My other question, why would they not at least have a stand down period? Why on earth wouldn't you have a stand down period? They've admitted now, they said at the start there was no problem at all. Now they've admitted that they know that there's spike in there for at least 14 days. Why wouldn't they have a stand down period for at least 28 days, say, because we have a bit of precaution? And people that give blood, presumably, if they went and got vaccinated, well, they can wait a month and then they can give blood, and then at least it takes away the worst of the worst. Nikki Turner, who made some extraordinary assertions without any evidence, and that's something we've got to look at. We only got that last night, so we haven't had a chance to have a really look at a lot of this. But on the one hand, you've got world experts who have got, a CV this thick and so much research that they rely on. And it's actually, embarrassing when you're talking to the overseas experts to say, well, actually, this is what our New Zealand experts say. She's got not many qualifications, she's got no references, and she just says this sort of safe and effective mantra without any evidence.
So is the blood bank supplying, are they still taking blood from unvaccinated people, or are they just taking blood from vaccinated?
No, they take blood from anyone that meets the criteria, so as long as you don't have any of the other factors, you can still give blood. So if you're unvaccinated, you can give blood, but at the moment you give blood if you're unvaccinated, it just goes mixed up without any special marker on it or classification. So, you would think that people that have sacrificed their careers, their education, everything, because they feel so strongly about it, would be given. And when it's not just an opinion, it's established very clearly by the evidence, and we know that it's there for 14 days, and there's evidence that it's there a whole lot longer than that as well. You would think that there would be some respect shown to people that have already suffered a lot of consequences because they don't want to be contaminated. And that the court, I'm not talking about the court because we've got the decision, but you'd think that the government would do it anyway. We asked the government, we asked the blood service, look, why don't you just agree to facilitate this baby getting safe blood that meets all of your criteria and the extra precautions that the family want? Why wouldn't you do that?
And I noticed that the lawyer for the NZ Blood Service said there's no research to show that you're correct. But there's no research to show anything because there's no research being done at all on this matter.
If we actually categorise blood, we could actually collect data. So we can't collect data without categorising.
They're not doing. So how do we provide them with the data when we're not allowed? No one's doing research.
And this is next week. This is the problem with all of this. They make these bold assumptions and yet they don't do any research, so we don't get the data. Why did they not require mandatory reporting of post-vaccine injuries so that we had the data? What government wouldn't do that? Like, what's one reason?
So, did I hear correct? And did I hear them ask for an order to be put in place that will stay at Starship until January the 31st, and then order goes in place to ensure health officials can carry out any necessary treatments unobstructed?
Yeah, so they're asking for an order. I just can't remember the date off the top of my head, but they're asking to basically take over all of the medical decisions. And then today they popped up with an extra bit to also control his movements. They're sort of alluding to the fact that he shouldn't be allowed to leave the hospital. Now that's not what the situation is at the moment. They've been really restricting them already. I mean, one of the things I had to do this morning was there was a security guard. A security guard follows the mother every time she goes around the hospital. If she goes out to go and get some lunch or if she, whatever, to get a bit of fresh air. It's like, well, just go away, Like, what are you doing? That they've been really discouraging her to take her baby anywhere with her. But of course she's saying, well, I'm not leaving my baby with you lot. And why would you?
So can you speak about the counting of the baby being 2 months premature, the legislation amendment passed last week?
Oh yeah, so the baby was born premature, and so when you count his age, the government are counting the age from when he was actually born, whereas the practice of midwives is to count from when he starts to get to 40 weeks and then count his age from there, because it obviously takes time to catch up to the size and everything that he would have been. And so then just at the end of November, the government gave another Gazette notice, or they gave another approval for the vaccine to be given to 6-month-old babies. So 6 months to 4 years. Up until then, the minimum was age 5. So maybe the timing was just a coincidence, but we've seen a few coincidences over the last couple of years. and also they're saying, we're saying the baby's 4 months, they're saying the baby's 6 or 6.5 months or whatever, so that the baby's within that age range.
And so what's the impact of that?
Well, there's no black and white impact, but I mean, obviously, if the Pfizer vaccine is not approved for somebody and they're getting it indirectly through blood rather than directly, you'd have to ask questions about the risks of that.
So why are they still pushing the vaccine when they already, it's all well aware of the adverse reactions that it's taken on? Why are they pushing it lower and lower?
Very good question. Very, very good question, and I've got no idea of the answer. There's no, I mean, we all know now that it doesn't stop infection, it doesn't stop transmission, it doesn't stop hospitalisation, it doesn't stop reinfection, it doesn't stop death.
And their own document shows it causes injury.
Yeah, and it causes extra injury. Yeah. So why would anybody push that?
Onto a baby.
And why, especially onto a baby. But, you know, why would they, why is the government still pushing it on babies over 6 months old? And then they do this big leap that, you know, there might be one doctor for one baby who thinks it's a good thing. All of a sudden, every baby over 6 months has to be assumed to be thinking that it's good for them too. You know, it's like, it's just extraordinary. Actually, the blood inquiry, the blood safety inquiry they did in 1992, it was really interesting. There were threats or investigation of prosecution of the then Minister of Health, Helen Clark, for taking too long to address the risk. And then they said, oh, but you know, how could you really expect politicians and bureaucrats to be able to understand all this stuff? Well, isn't that their job? Isn't that their job to actually get their heads around it? You know, how many of us have done research to try and understand these things, and we piece together what we can piece together, contrary to what's easily available.
Speak to the joinder. There was a discussion about they were adding the joinder, which means.
Okay, so what happened in the application was by the Health New Zealand or what Fokker. I'm not sure. I'm so sorry. Lots of name changes and it's been retired. Yeah, so they've changed so they lumped together all the hospitals into one entity. So this is a little bit scary because this means that you can't even, I mean, with Starship, it's probably the only one that can offer the service. But for other things, you can't now say, oh, well, look, Auckland Hospital, I don't like their attitude, but we can go and get it done in another place instead. Because they're all running under the same rules and policies. So that's part of the issue. So they they brought the case against the parents to step into the shoes of the parents. But then we identified the concern that there's three parties in this really, because the only place, because of the statutory monopoly, the only place you can get the blood is from NZ Blood. And so we felt that NZ Blood needed to also be there to explain their position. And basically, I thought that their position would be, yes, of course we'll facilitate what we can do to help this baby. But oh no. Their position is, over our dead body, we are not going to break ranks on this one, because they're scared of, obviously, the precedent effect, but also for that baby. I mean, the question here, because it's a guardianship question, what is best for this baby? They can't say, oh, well, you know, overall there's going to be more people wanting blood, unvaxxed blood, than what we can supply, whatever. But the question with the guardianship is, what is on the best interest of this baby? So
and that's the point that you made in the court, was that, and it would be good to hear, is how the parents actually, their only interest is in the baby, whereas the blood bank and everyone else
they're conflicted. They're looking at, they've got to do what the government wants, they've got to provide for a huge amount of people. How can they possibly look after the interests of that baby, which is the only thing that matters for a guardian? So they're compromised. That's.
So we're looking at mandates. Mandates came as a threat, and now they've withdrawn the mandates. Now they're just coming out with a threat. They're not hiding it behind the word mandate.
Well, it's an enforced vaccination in a sense. Essentially, if we have to, if you have to have blood, you have no choice at this point. So
Yeah.
you get it whether you like it or not.
Yeah, even though there's an international blood donor that's purely unvaccinated, they're not even concerned with this.
Well, I mean, people are definitely looking at the possibility of setting up their own supplies of blood, or importing blood through safe sources, but it doesn't look like it's going to be facilitated very easily by cooperation, which is why, yet again, we need people power and we need a huge amount of pressure on our MPs. We need to get rid of any MPs that aren't listening to the people and get in people that actually will represent the people. Look, there's always, whatever happens here, there's always different ways of doing things. It's not over until we reclaim our integrity over our bodies. So I don't know what's going to happen here, but it's certainly identified another can of worms on top of all the other cans of worms that we already knew about. It's just layers and layers and layers of cans of worms, basically.
So what's the status now then today?
So the judge has reserved his decision, and he's promised to make a decision as quickly as he can. If he's worried that he's taking too long, he will tell us the outcome without giving us all the reasons at the same time. Like he might tell us what the outcome's going to be and then come back a day or two later with the reasons.
So we're
just waiting.
Maybe tomorrow?
I would say tomorrow or the next day. The good news is the baby's health is stable at the moment. He's actually gaining weight and doing really well. So the dire predictions of the surgeons who know everything is actually the baby's doing way better than they predicted. Way better. A little bit, but of course they say that. They just say, well, you can't prove that he died because the files went missing. The hospital files went missing. I mean, there's no doubt there was a baby, and there's no doubt that the baby died after the transfusion, but we don't have the medical records because the hospital lost them all.
And no autopsy?
Wow.
Do they have
No. Not that we can. Not that we know.
I mean, I hate to ask this question, but what do we do if the judge has a ruling that the parents aren't happy with? What happens next?
Well, look, I mean, I need to talk to the parents, and they're looking at what options. I mean, they've been.
It's more about what
But
do we
as the
do
public,
and support.
I mean, we have to do whatever we've been doing in terms of educating. I mean, the good thing out of this is a bit like that 1992 inquiry where it took 2.5 years for anything to be done. They are well and truly on notice, right? They know that there's a risk and that we know that there's a risk, and we've told them that there's a risk, and if they're all proceeding to expose everybody to the risk, I mean, it's not looking good for them. It means for us we have to step up and put as much pressure on the system as we can and demand. I mean, it's very simple. I can't understand why they wouldn't keep unvaxxed blood separate. There's no reason to do that. Just like they already have paediatric blood that's got some extra criteria than blood for adults. We'll just have another category of blood that meets that. They could do it straight away, and they could have a stand down period straight away. And that would.
The judge didn't seem excited about that. He seemed to think it's, from a judgy point of view. He was, what are you saying?
Oh no, I think he was.
so.
No, I actually felt that he was really listening and trying to. I mean, the thing is, there's all this stuff, all the evidence, but the problem we always have with the court is that they have to kind of pack it in their little box that works under their rules. And so, I mean, it's the same for me. I can't just say everything I want to say, because if it's not something that's going to fit in one of the little court boxes, it doesn't work. So, whereas at Parliament, you can go and tell them what you think. And if you're doing a submission at Parliament, you can talk about how you want things to be. Whereas here, we've got to try and fit it in their little boxes, and it makes it, you're sort of arguing like this sometimes. But that, that's what the system is.
That's what the system's wrong. We need to think outside the box and get rid of the system.
Yeah.
Well, actually, what we need is an inquisitorial court, not an adversarial court. So ultimately, that might be something that New Zealand looks at to fix these kind of problems. Let's go to an inquiry instead of an adversary.
Yeah, it's very hard when there's so much sort of process and restrictions. And I mean, just for the average member of the public, the system must feel like it's designed that it actually, whatever you do, there's no answer, because it's designed to give us no answers. except in a very few cases. And so this is where, from my view, things are not fit for purpose. You know, we're supposed to have informed consent over our body, but if you're pushed down a path, what do you do?
So if
What
this
can you
family
go?
has to go private, does the blood, can they get direct donor blood private?
Yeah, I think they're looking at options, and I'm not sure that you can get private treatment for that sort of thing either here. You know,
One paediatrician
Yeah.
does it, essentially.
one doctor, and you've got to follow their rules. I mean, it sounds like the doctor did ask the blood service for direct donor blood, but the blood service said no. And so the doctor's going, well, we haven't got any choice now. That's kind of their logic.
What's the possibilities of taking little baby W to another country
Yeah.
to get this?
I mean, look, I haven't looked into that because then you've obviously got to look at the risks of travelling and stuff like that for a little baby. So, you know, there are possibilities that people are looking at, or bringing some blood into New Zealand.
I would think the risk would be a lot lower than what he's facing at the moment.
Yeah.
We just don't know
why
the
do you think
answer.
they're saying no? Like, what do you think there's something sinister going on here?
Well, why I think they're saying no is because I think they've screwed up big time and they can't provide safe blood, but the minute they don't hold their own line, they've got nowhere to go.
Because they have to admit probability.
That the blood is dirty.
You watch the blood bank will get funding in a minute. After this case, the blood bank will get funding.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, look, we've had a pretty big day, but thank you. And hey, thank you everybody for coming.
Thank you, sir. Okay, we're going to have a karakia just the end of the stadium.
We'll stick around for that.
All you's going to please come and stand in unity. Father, dear Lord, as we stand here on the stage, dear Lord, outside this court for a beautiful young angel of yours, a spirit of yours that you sent forth, dear Lord. Dear Lord, first we acknowledge the breath of life, the life you have given us, to your very breath, dear Lord. A sacrifice that you made so we can find our way back home, dear Lord. Be forgiven for all our sins, dear Lord, so we can walk into straight and narrow, dear Lord. Dear Lord, we ask you for a blessing over Sue as she give her strength, dear Lord, give her guidance, give her knowledge, give her wisdom, that we can challenge this on the platform, dear Lord. Dear Lord, we ask you to bless the parents and the baby W, dear Lord, that that you can give them strength, dear Lord, give them peace and give them harmony, dear Lord, in this dark time that they face, dear Lord. We ask you to bless all these people that came here today and stood, dear Lord, that you give them strength, that we can multiply, that we can complete, and we can get all the rest of the people across this country, dear Lord, to stand up and open their hearts, dear Lord, to what is right, to what is morally right, dear Lord. And that is the freedoms and the life of every living being of the Spirit that you have sent forth, dear Lord. Dear Lord, we humbly ask you, dear Lord, to put strength upon all of us as we face this dark hour, dear Lord. Open a pathway for us, dear Lord, that we can come through this unscathed, dear Lord, and we can leave something behind for our next generation, dear Lord. We say these things in your mighty, glorious name, Jesus Christ. We all say, Amen.
Amen. All right. Well,
She's off home now.
let me get out of this little crowd.
Thank you, Hope you still well.
All right, you guys, you heard it there, man. We're waiting on the judge to give his response, if you will. If he feels he's taking too long, then he's just going to give us an answer and then give us a reason for his answer days later. Doesn't sound very promising in my opinion, but it sounds to me like the judge heard a lot of good facts and evidence that came out from Sue's side of the team, which is
that's a big win to maybe not a win overall, but a big win to find that to get them to admit that there is mRNA traces found in donated blood.
not to mention the fact that They have also admitted that within 14 days of getting the jab, it stays in the blood. So,
and considering Pfizer have claimed that it doesn't even go into the blood, it stays in the muscle. That's a pretty huge discrepancy by our medical institutions, and they should feel pathetically ashamed of themselves for not doing their due diligence.
100%. Well, all right, guys. Thank you so much for all the kind words. It looks like we're going to end the stream here so everybody can get our stuff together. Yep. You heard it first from Liz and then from Sue. We have a little while longer to wait before we get an actual verdict on any of this, but it's coming. I think we made our stand here today. Any final words, Kiwi, before we end the stream?
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for everyone who donated and supported Council Media, Sue and I, to get us here, to get the Council Media team here, and spread the link and chatting in our Twitch. Thank you guys very much. We very much appreciate all the support. Much love and thanks, and our prayers are with Will and the family tonight.
100%. And until next time, guys, the Kiwi and Sue signing out.
All right, that's a cat.
Good job, Sue. Yeah.